edition of Hockey Night in Oswego. Only on WTOP.
Hello and welcome to WTOP 10's coverage of this Hockey Night in Oswego as the Lakers take on the Morrisville State Mustangs. Brandon Ash joined here by Pat Machado. Now, this is the second game of the weekend. Luckily, a 2-1 squeak-out victory over Morrisville. What do you have to say about that game, as you did call the game yesterday?
Yeah, it is a very odd year as far as scheduling-wise. Usually you typically see conference games take place, one at home, one away. But this year, it's both games are here at the Marano Campus Center, and the fans last night were treated to a surprisingly even game between the two teams. Yeah,
you definitely thought a team like this, the offense so much better than other teams right now in shots, in goals, in everything. But right now, as you see, a 2-1 victory yesterday. Again, in shots, 44 shots compared to 10 shots. Face-off wins also did very well on that, 30-18, and got plenty of power play chances as they were up 7-3 on that one. But obviously, a lot of questions on the power play. We'll wait on that one real quick, come up to that. But anything you could really pull from the game last night?
Well, if you take a look at that shot total, 44-10, that's a staggering amount to be outshot by. And that's all thanks to the play of last night's goaltender, Jared Young, who was putting on a great impression of top NHL goaltenders, saving everything. Oswego State allowed him to get into a rhythm. They weren't really challenging him with shots. A lot of them were routine stops, and he was able to come up big when he was called upon by his team.
Now, as we were saying, the power play before, 7-3 in the lead, but went 0 for 7 on the power play. Yeah,
before last night, Oswego State went into last night's game the #1 power play in the nation, converting at a rate of about 27%. But overnight, with the amount of games that were played in D3 and going 0 for 7 on the power play, they fell to 5th in the national rankings, which for Ed Gosick, it's not something that you want to see against a bottom feeder opponent in Morrisville in the conference rankings when you have tougher games in the upcoming weeks, as Fredonia, Geneseo. You face Plattsburgh and Potsdam's again in the final week of the season. Here is the current SUNYAC standings. Geneseo has clinched the playoff berths. First place still up for grabs, as Oswego has 2 games in hand on pretty much almost the entire SUNYAC conference. Potsdam, Cortland, and Morrisville on the outside looking in. And it looks like in the next couple weeks, it's really going to be a jostling for seeding to get some home games in the conference playoffs.
Right, like you said, right now, it looks like Potsdam, Cortland, Morrisville, all out of it, can still fight through, only need a few games. We saw a lot of this last year. Had one team really excelling in Oswego, hadn't lost a SUNYAC game into their last 2 games, but then everybody else was at that 14, 12, 10, and same thing happening right now. So really good to see these SUNYAC teams, really playing competitive right now. Go for it.
Yeah, we were just talking about it before we went on the air. The SUNYAC conference this year, as evidenced by the PWR rankings, could quite possibly be the strongest conference in National Division III hockey. Oswego State's schedule is actually rated as the toughest schedule in all of D3. So the SUNYAC conference this year and going into the playoffs is going to be a lot more exciting than we've seen in years past.
Well, after being first last year, they had to play a lot of first seeds again. So they really, they had to play those, and then obviously have to play the SUNYAC 2 times. And like you said, SUNYAC, a very tough division. But when we come back here on WTOP 10, we will bring you a little bit more of this pregame and games starting at 7 p.m. again here on WTOP 10.
The second I got on the campus, I knew Oswego was the place to go.
There's a place for everybody at Oswego.
This school just opens the world to you. Have the opportunity to explore and to learn so many different things, not only about yourself, but the people around you and the world.
It definitely is about the student. I felt it to be very about me. Now that I'm here, I can't imagine myself anywhere else.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Welcome back here to Hockey Night in Oswego at the Marano Campus Center as the Lakers play their second of the weekend games against the Morrisville State Mustangs. So obviously a lot of players to watch last night. Tonight, who are your players to watch?
Tonight, I'm going with the freshman, number 28, Travis Broman. He's fourth on the team in points and is rated as one of the top freshmen this year in Division III hockey. He already has 8 goals on the season, and he has 7 assists. For 3 power play goals, Oswego needs to get their feet going on the power play tonight. Now going over to the other side of the ice, I have to go with number 7, one of their captains, Nick DeVito. He's tied in 5th for points in the entire SUNYAC Conference, 7 goals and double the amount of assists at 14 for a total of 21 points. He's got a hat trick this season already, and he should be able to continue the play that he has yesterday and getting past the Oswego defense and scoring in on David Richer, who starts tonight.
I like both years. My player to watch starting off with Oswego is number 13, Josh Zizek. Was the winning goal scorer last night against Morrisville. Coming back now sitting at 9 goals and 10 assists with also a hat trick as well in the season. So I think that 9 doesn't sound good. He wants those 10 goals, 10 assists. Sounds good there. And then going over to the other side for Morrisville is Jorgen Johnson. Johnson has played in 11 games this season. And you look, I mean, okay at 88.7% save percentage, but you really have to look at just exactly how well Young played yesterday. 42 of 44 saves. Very surprising to see Jorgen coming in tonight trying to take over what was very good last night for Young. So, what do you think the move to put in Jorgen Johnson is today over Young?
It could be just playing the goaltenders around, trying to get both the goaltenders some playing time. But it confused me as well because Jarrett Young faced a lot of shots, and he came up big. And the 2 goals that were scored on him weren't exactly his fault. It was more of a lapse in the defensive coverage. So it's an interesting move by the Morrisville coach.
And last thing for you, how do you think Morrisville tries to play a little bit cleaner? Obviously, they allowed 7 power play opportunities for Oswego yesterday.
Yeah, they allowed 7 power plays against Oswego, including 1 5-minute major and a game misconduct that taking a defenseman away from the Morrisville Mustangs, and it causes them to double shift. But let's go into my keys to the game for Oswego. Power play. That is the key, the biggest key to this game. Going 0 for 7, frankly, for a team of the caliber of Oswego is unacceptable. You can't expect to win a conference or a national championship if you're given that many opportunities and continue to fail. Second key for Oswego, chip and chase. It can be very tempting to carry the puck in behind the defense, especially when you perceive that defense as a weaker defense. However, make the safe play, chip it in. Your forecheck is dominant. You were able to keep the Morrisville Mustangs hemmed in their own zone for minutes at a time. Make the safe play and win a puck battle and try to set something up from there. And finally, disturb Johnson. The Lakers let Jared Young get in too much of a rhythm last night. If you make him uncomfortable, you might get one past him.
Very, very nice. Definitely agree with you on that chip and chase. You see a lot of times these guys try to take in with 2, sometimes even 3 defenders on him and try to create a 3-on-1 or anything, and doesn't really work too well. What does Morrisville have to do to try to steal the win?
Well, for Morrisville, fire in the hole. David Riche has been a great goaltender, but he hasn't been able to handle his rebounds. Get physical. You need to force Oswego off the puck because they're very strong, and take your mark. Keep your man marking tight, and don't allow them to get into space in the slot.
Thank you very much there, Pat, but we are going to go to break. As the anthems come on, when we come back, we will give you full game coverage of this SUNY Oswego Hockey Night in Oswego.
Can't run down to the store to buy parts. You have to improvise with what you have on your mission. Making is when there is something new that was not in existence at the beginning of the day. Okay. It's an incredible sense of accomplishment when you have made something. That's why I make. Now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
How do we afford all this?
Hi there. You might wonder what a famous Hollywood celebrity like me is doing reading in the dark. Is this some new sort of Hollywood method acting? No, this is quite real.
Did you know that Americans use about 4 times as much energy per year as the global average? We waste energy left and right despite the fact that the dirty fossil fuels we use to power our energy sources wreak havoc on the natural world and destroys valuable wildlife habitats.
By reading with my solar-powered night vision goggles, I'm saving energy and looking sleek.
You don't have to sit in the dark like Ed Begley Jr. to save the world. Fight climate change by speaking up for cleaner, smarter energy, including rooftop solar.
Oh, that's way better. Oh.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.com.
Isaac with a nice spin move. He's going for the puck. He's got Spink. Leaves it for Huntington. Huntington Spink, and he scores! Isaac go. Shot Huntington. He scores! Aaron Huntington ties this game at 3. Monaro gets the front of the net. It comes out in front. Shot scores! Cam Berry!
Hockey Night in Oswego starts now.
Hello and welcome back here at the Marano Campus Center as the Oswego Lakers take on the Morrisville Mustangs after a 2-1 victory last night. Morrisville down but not out in the SUNYX just yet and definitely need a comeback victory. Oswego needs to try to climb back and take an upend Geneseo. 2 points would be very big here for them. Starting with the faceoff is Zyzik. Zyzik takes on Sprague. Knocked through, and now Brown the first one there after the debacle. Zyzik tries to chip it up. Lights back on as it's sent behind net here. First one there is the defenseman Hefner. Kept in at first, but now taken out here by Sprague. Sprague bounces it off in front of Riche. Now fought for in the corner. Carter Allen chips it up. Now Brown able to send it all the way through. Chase down and tries to knock off the icing and does his, looks like that was number 93 there, LeBlanc on the front line tonight.
Josh LeBlanc came here from the Ontario Junior Hockey League of the Kingston Voyagers. He's got wheels, and he has the ability to skate extremely fast to negate those icing calls and create on-man plays.
As he just did there, now he comes off the bench and behind net. Played by Golba, now in front shot and goes right into the chest. Johnson, his first sight of action, able to watch the puck go into the chest and freezes it.
Yeah, it was a pretty easy save for Johnson, but the play of Travis Broman over by the wall to take the puck away from the Morrisville Mustangs, it's the strength of Broman, which is the ability he's been able to score this many points by creating plays and creating turnovers in the offensive zone.
Now on is Pissarro, and he wins it. Wins it back, and Novik sends it down behind net. Played by Morrisville there. Now held equal to net, tried to send it through, goes off his own player there, but Golba's able to get it. Now it's stolen away as Broman in the corner. Gillespie tries to send it through. Pissarro, and that could have been a hand pass. Broman gives to Pissarro. In front shot, Gillespie, it's in! A goal for the Lakers and Michael Gillespie. And just a minute and a half into this game, Oswego takes a 1-0 lead.
And we talked about the offensive ability of Oswego to get in there on the forecheck and keep the Mustangs hemmed in their own end. And that is a perfect example of how you're going to see that with Michael Gillespie on the goal. Here, Broman takes the puck away, gives it to Pissarro, and Pissarro overlooking Gillespie, who's streaking down the right wing, open in the middle of the net, no chance for Johnson, and Oswego strikes early, which is something that they've done in a lot of the games this season, and which they failed to do last night. This could be a potential momentum swing for Oswego.
Gillespie stays at third in the goal scoring. Now Molinaro tried to get one there. And he actually is the first to get to 20 points as he has 7 goals and 13 assists on the season. McMillan sends this one through. Intended target was down low. Looked like it was Emerson. Now on the right side boards, that one just a little bit wide of Johnson. McMillan able to keep in. Third line's on now. Tried to center in front, no one there. It's Molinaro, has it go off the wall. And a good clear by the Mustangs. McMillan, first one there, and sends it up to Scorpio coming off the bench. Scorpio holds and waits, sends it down low. Opportunity, could not get the shot off as he goes behind net there, is Molinaro.
Scorpio in the lineup tonight after being scratched. He slots in for the third line center, and Mitch Emerson moves down to the fourth line in his place.
Scorpio now in front, passed in there, and a stick clear right there by Johnson. Able to get that away from him in a hurry. Back to it. Movement there. Sullivan tried to rip a shot. Couldn't get it back now. That one goes behind the net. Looked like it went in as a few people celebrated. Scorpio has it behind. Tried to poke it up front. And now a big hit. Very nice by Sullivan, but he wasn't able to get the puck after the hit. And it goes just cleared. Zyzik comes out. First time the first line is back on. Now feeds it up to Zyzik. Zyzik skates over the blue before having it. Not offsides, rips a shot. That one just wide.
Yeah, that was a nice vision by Derek Brown over there, who got promoted up to the first line after his stellar play yesterday, which eventually led to the game-winning goal for Josh Zyzik.
Chance in front there was LeBlanc. Couldn't put a stick on it, and now couldn't get cleared off as it hit a few bodies. Oswego doing a nice job in their offensive zone as they keep in again. Passed over to Allen. Allen tries to send it through. This one to LeBlanc, and Johnson just able to dive on it.
Yeah, there were too many players out in front of the net to get any sort of a quality deflection, and they're lucky not to be 2-0 down here as Brad Hefner inadvertently had the puck go off his skate, which deflected the initial shot from LeBlanc a couple minutes before that. So early danger here for Oswego. Not much play over in Richet's end.
Second line's on for both teams. Rips a shot right off of it. That was Gillespie. Gillespie's ready to score again. Now if I tried for the wraparound, no one there as Gillespie was the closest one. Campbell now able to keep it in through the legs. And now it's grabbed by Anderson. Anderson going to try to take it around net. And does. Broman tight on him. And a clear by Morrisville. Gillespie keeps it at the red line. Now moves into the blue line. Tries to go across to Pissarro. Pissarro gets it. Gives it back, and now Campbell has it at the blue line. To the other side, Novick. Novick tries to send it through. Goes behind net. First one there is Pissarro to touch it. Gillespie now in the corner. Sends it up to Campbell. Campbell slows down. Campbell on the right side. Tries to get the shot through. Johnson gets an arm right on it. Now Novick has it. Sends back to Gillespie. Gillespie waits and back to Campbell. Campbell gives it up to Gillespie. Gillespie back over to Novick. Playing well on the blue line. 15-20 left in the first period. Behind net now is Molinaro coming off the bench. Emerson also skates through on the bench. Now Horn has it. Horn gives it up to Novick. Novick rips a shot. That shot was blocked. Great play in front. Looked to be Sprague. These players have been on for a while now. Novick not able to keep in. First one over there is the new player, Jeff Solo. Solo tries for the pass up. Emerson tried to move in on the left side. Couldn't get a shot off. Goes behind net, and this one kept and corralled in by Connolly. Now it's behind net. Molinaro can't move in. Good defensive play by DeVito now. And it's cleared out, and looks like a penalty is called right here.
It's going to be a slashing call, and it looks like this is going to be against number 9, Mitch Emerson.
Looked like it definitely was off the puck, though. Didn't see it before as the call was already there. So 2 minutes for a slashing against Emerson gives at least what looks to be the first offensive opportunity for Morrisville.
Yeah, so Richer will have some work to do, but let's talk about the offense for Oswego there for a minute. They've had some extended zone time on that last effort. They were in the zone for about a minute to a minute, 15 seconds at a time. I'd like to see them take better quality shots, though. The wrister from Devin Campbell at the point, if there's nobody in front, that shot's not going to go in. You either need to rip a shot from the point or get men in front to put a deflection.
Nice clear, and now looks like LeBlanc is moving up by himself. LeBlanc shoots, it's in front and poked back in! It's in! And a goal for the Lakers again! Off of the rebound opportunity, was sitting right in the crease and flew all the way through, was Zizek on the goal. So Zizek was not going to be passed by Gillespie. He scores for 20 points.
What a highlight reel goal by Josh Zizek. LeBlanc forces the breakaway, and the puck is sitting there on a silver platter for Zizek, who dives and pokes it into the net. A shorthanded goal for Oswego. Much better game coming out of the gates for the Lakers tonight.
Already the same 2 goals they had last night, and we're not even 6 minutes into this game. A very, definitely smaller student section. The all your fault chant still coming right now, as already, like I said, 2 goals allowed by Johnson in less than 6 minutes. Morrisville now trying to get the power play moving. They move in, and it's cleared almost immediately. Touched in, and I don't think he got all the way back. No call on offsides there was Wood. Wood, captain on the Morrisville team. Played in the corner now. Sullivan trying to fight it off. Finally sent back by Wood. This one is Moore, the defenseman at the blue line. Rips a shot. That one goes high. Bounces off, and a chance behind net. Couldn't get to the middle. Tries to wrap this one all the way around, but it is kept in. Now down low. Couldn't get the pass there. Now in front, just in front there is Richer, and Richer makes a beautiful save.
Yeah, Bauer had the best opportunity for the Mustangs so far on the power play. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get the puck to lie flat. Roof backhander. He had about 3 inches to shoot from. Richer had a great chance to make the save. In fact, he had got that shot. So far, he hasn't faced any shots on goal.
Say the junior 13-3-1 this year with an over 900, and this one goes over and about the 4th row in. Looks like everyone's okay, as it did avoid the people around. Trying to find it. They have no idea. Like I said, it just kind of crept in between the seats. Looks like everyone's okay, though. Back to the action. 13:08, 30 seconds left on this power play on Emerson. Horn tries to put it forward and does. Scorpio moves in between 2 defenders, has it poked from behind, and he falls down. Gets it back. Here is Oswego. Now Campbell has it. Campbell gives it up to Scorpio. Scorpio touches it in before coming off the bench, or before coming to the bench.
Yeah, 3 penalty killers changing. The only one that stayed out there was number 20, Max Novick.
Now we see Solo on for this. You see Solo on, a newer player now coming. Emerson able to come off the bench after his penalty is over.
Yeah, he didn't make as big of an impact last night as I'm sure he would have wanted to, but he had some flashes of brilliance, showing his offensive defensive style, pinching in from the point to try to keep pucks into the zone.
This one cleared to McMillan, first one there. McMillan trying to get around the defense of CJ Stubbs. And now a whistle and stoppage play.
Yeah, I think the puck went off the linesman, which forced the Lakers offside on that play. It's unfortunate deflection for the Lakers, but things like this happen, and the hockey gods sort of have a way of evening things out throughout the course of the game.
Pissarro, the one in, could not win that one. Broman had his stick tied up between Zuccarello in front of him. First one there is Pissarro now as it goes all the way to the red line. Now McMillan, the one up front, tries to send it up, and he's able to clear. Broman has to go off the shoulder. Gillespie's trying to play aggressive as Golba able to send it through. Now rips the shot. That one bounces to the other side. First one to touch it is Gillespie. Now behind net is Broman. Broman changes direction, has a defender come his way, is Wadden. Wadden, the center fourth line he comes in, did not play last night. Now moved up here by the Mustangs. Tried to center it, no one was there. Solo able to clear that one. Now goes to the side. Solo has it and takes a shot to the head. Pissarro able to put it behind net. McMillan, the first one there. McMillan gets it up to Broman. Broman, defender on him, can't get through. McMillan gets back to it. Bouncing off the wall and can't clear as Oswego. Gillespie sends it back behind net, and Solo the first one there. Solo sends that one high, and it's cleared. First one to touch up is Moore. Moore tried to send it through. Broman able to make a stop, and oh! Broman connected right there, and he's the one to go down.
Yeah, Brad Hefner just standing his ground off of the check attempt by Broman, and he pretty much tells him to.
Shot and an easy glove save there. Wood, the one on the shot. The first shot on goal taken by Morrisville.
Yeah, that was just a routine save for David Richer. Just flashed the letter and grabbed that puck. There wasn't really much traffic in front. He saw it the whole way.
That's exactly the way that the defense of Oswego wants to play. Make sure that Richer can just see these pucks right into the glove, right into the body, anything like that. Right now, that one, a bouncing puck goes behind net. Trying to clear this is Oswego, can't get it through. Now sent down, and Richer is just going to freeze the puck.
Now Richer seeing a little bit of action here, but it's nothing that's going to get him into a rhythm. We've constantly seen goaltenders of teams that shouldn't be beating top-ranked teams go on a tear just because they're given opportunities to make simple saves. And on the other hand, goaltenders that don't really see a lot of action aren't necessarily as warm as the goalie on the other end, so they might let in a cheap one. So it'll be interesting to see how the storyline unfolds.
Scorpio, the one to clear. Now this one in the neutral zone, couldn't get a touch on it. Now Oswego steals to Scorpio. Scorpio waits for his team to come up. Now he has Curry. Curry shot in that one off the post. The whole thing moved.
Tyler Curry absolutely open in the high slot. Nobody was marking him. A lapse in defensive coverage, and they almost made him pay.
This one bounces behind net. Sent in by Allen, and now Morrisville the ones to clear. Coming up on a 3-on-2 now, and a great defensive play by Carter Allen to break that up. Now moved in here, goes outside, through the legs, and oh, that went right through Richer's legs and right through the crease. No one in Morrisville was there. An absolutely amazing play by Anderson to start it off.
It's a great play, but Nenadal himself almost had a heart attack down there as the puck was caught between his skates, and he almost deflected it in.
Like you said, Nenadal was right down low and saw it, and he literally lifted his stick instead of trying to send it off the wall because he realized how close that was to going in.
And as he was chasing down the loose puck in the neutral zone, he gave a slash to the midsection of Nick DeVito as he was streaking back the other way. He was lucky to get away with that one, especially with how tight slashing is being called this year.
Morrisville wins it, sends it all the way down. Richer touches up behind net. Zyzik not able to clear. Now able to move off. Archambault, the one to keep him, and now goes through. Zyzik able to keep in after the clear opportunity for Morrisville. On the sideboards now, trying to keep in. No one in the middle, as Zyzik was the closest one there. Kept in, and now Archambault sends it up, moved in here by Philbin. A big hit right in front of the bench. And now in front, cleared away. 8:45 left in this first period. Oswego tries to move it up. 2 defenders there. Campbell couldn't get a stick on it after it was moved in by LeBlanc. Now try to cross. No one there. Nice keep in. As this was Hefner. Hefner sends it down. But Oswego with a chance to clear and does. Oh, and it looks like Campbell goes into the Morrisville bench as the door was open.
Yeah, players on the bench giving him a hard time about that, although it wasn't necessarily his fault.
Yeah, just the other players, Mustangs were also trying to get a change and had that door open, and the puck just happened to be over there. Campbell kind of got hit into it. Campbell seems to be fine.
It's a much faster first period than we saw yesterday. A lot of up and down action.
Still only 5 shots, though. You know, only right now averaging about 8 or 9. So you see 44 shots last night. Right now, close to averaging about 35 to 40, or I should say about 25 to 35, around that. Now this one behind net. Molinaro, good plays. He's able to keep it around behind net. Ball through here is Emerson. Emerson can't get it. Now Moore able to get it over to his team. Horn able to knock it down at first, but now it's cleared. Nice play by Hefner.
Tommy Horn getting another opportunity to play this season. He's slotting in that right wing on that bottom line with Mitch Emerson and Molinaro.
Horn moves in, tried for the backhand, couldn't get it. Now it's in front. Boy, they call a whistle now as it looks like the net was knocked off of the hinges.
Yeah, it doesn't look like this is going to be a penalty, but the referee is pointing out for the face-off to leave the Morrisville zone, excuse me. It'll come just outside it in the neutral zone.
Surprising one there. But regardless, we move out here. One by Oswego. That was between Wood and Pissarro. Pissarro the one to win it. Now Pissarro gets it back. 3-on-3 moves. Broman could not get the shot off. Looked like he whiffed on it, but Broman gets it back. Sends it up to the blue line. Shot in front. No one was covering there. And it looked like Gillespie had a great opportunity to score again. Now rips the shot. Broman has his shot blocked. Great defensive play by Johnson. Austin Johnsons. We have 2 different Johnsons. Pissarro sends this one back up. Solo waits. Now Solo rips the shot. That one deflected in front.
Yeah, that one went off Pissarro. It was an inadvertent block off his forearm, and he appears to be laboring it. Still skating well, so just get to the bench, shake it off, and come back stronger on the next shift.
After that one sent over, and it goes into the bench. And tonight, as they're talking, is kids' night, so we do have a pretty nice crowd because kids age 12 and under were allowed in for free tonight. So definitely cool to see some of the kids around.
And some of the Oswego minor hockey program as well.
Back to the action, Nenendal, and it was a chance in front after Nenendal's shot with a rebound. Looked like Sullivan able to get a backhand on, but Johnson right there for it.
Yeah, Johnson had to make a recovery very quickly on that shot as the rebound came out to Sullivan, and he pushed the backhand right in that sweet spot, that bottom left corner of the post. And he was just able to get there in time and squeeze the pads together to force the puck from going over the line.
6:55 left in this first period. Rips the shot, and that one deflected to the side. Now a hard hit there by Sullivan. Sullivan is now getting tackled. No call on both sides there as they both wanted it between Sullivan and Anderson. Now this one in the corner. Nenendal decides to play player instead of puck on that one. He got a nice little shot on Sprague. Now in front, that shot just high. Shot there was Sprague. Now it's behind net. Sullivan the first one there. Sullivan tries to send it through. And now Archambault centered and could not get a good shot at it. There was Balkert. Now it's in front of Oswego's Benson Curry, the one to send it down. Johnson going to touch behind net.
Yeah, that was a great defensive recovery by Scorpio, who allowed Anderson to enter the slot so easily. And the final stick, just a tip to force the puck away from him, is what kept that puck away from Richer.
Fletcher inadvertently kept in. Now Molinaro has shot that one high and off the net. 5:49 left in the first period. Oswego leads it 2-0, leading in shots 6-1. Definitely playing, just playing a smart game right now. Staying creating a forecheck right now that has been really well. A lot of offensive time and really just, getting shots on.
Yeah, and both teams are playing with the line of physicality in the early games here, in the early time here. They faced each other yesterday, so obviously they're familiar with each other. But the officiating team tonight is new. They were probably briefed on the 5-minute major. But
2-on-1 chance there was DeVito. He looked over, could not see, looked over for a player, could not find him, unfortunately. Now Hefner has it.
But as I was saying, the players are going to try to play with the line of how physical they can be.
Richey, an amazing save off the pad, and he puts a glove on it.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a broken play as the puck went back and forth a couple of times, and the backhand shot just in front of Richey at a good angle. Richey had it covered. He was being very aggressive on that save and coming out just to the edge of the blue paint to cut down the angle for the shooter.
Back to it now for the face-off here. Goes back, Oswego first one there as McMillan touches it. Isaac able to clear. Goes down and Brown has it, and they call an offside. Just Brown a little bit ahead of the puck.
Yeah, the long stretch pass. It'll be interesting to see if the referees decide to move this down into Oswego territory, and that is exactly the case, as the pass did come from their own end. So an offensive zone draw from the Mustangs to the left of Richey.
Hopefully a chance here now, 2 shots for Morrisville. Obviously not the offense they wanted, especially a team that only had 10 shots last night. Really needs to get an offense going.
Digby has some words with the referee before the face-off goes.
Face-off won by Morrisville, kept in by Morrisville. Solo in the corner. Fights off Wood coming up to him, now in front, and a big hit there by McMillan, as looked like Roy was trying to get a shot off and couldn't.
Yeah, it was Austin Roy who was trying to tee up a shot, but the puck wouldn't stop bouncing on him at this late stage of the period. The ice is becoming a little bit more choppy, so things like that happen. It's just it's unfortunate he wasn't able to get the shot off.
Now talking about a few games coming up, a teal game. The next one, make sure you wear the teal if you're able to get to the game.
Yeah, the annual game that Oswego hosts in honor for ovarian cancer awareness, and last year in honor of head coach's wife, Mary Gosick, who unfortunately passed away due to complications from the disease. So it's good to see Oswego raising awareness for ovarian cancer.
Heavy pass to Isaac. Isaac able to beat Johnson, but now goes all the way around. Gets it to Solo, who tries to send it back to him. LeBlanc can't get the stick on. Kept in here by Morrisville in the corner. Now chipped all the way up. And now Carter Allen able to bend down, gives it to Curry. Curry tries to move in, gives it to Broman. Broman shot! And a great play on his own 5-hole was Johnson able to keep the stick there.
Yeah, Johnson had to make a quick recovery there as the 5-hole was open. Broman takes the shot. Maybe he could have shot it a little bit harder to get it past him. It didn't look like he got all on the puck, but a great recovery by Johnson to keep this game at 2-0.
On the face-off, DeCero couldn't get to it. Broman now moved up here by Morrisville in a 3-on-2 opportunity. Forces him outside. Now is Curry, is Zuccarello the one to move in. And now Oswego gets it right back and a good clear. Curry moves up and now a 4-on-4 for them. Leaves it back now as Pissarro moves in behind net. Pissarro chips it up to Gillespie. Gillespie couldn't get there. And now Gillespie tried to deliver a hit and did onto Wadden. Stolen back now by Oswego in their defensive zone, and a good clear by them as well. Pissarro now moves up. Pissarro with a nice move, but he's held up just a little bit. Oswego not able to move in. Sullivan now a good defensive play. So even though they're not really able to move the puck too much or get in, they're at least making sure Morrisville doesn't do the same.
Yeah, a lot of play in the neutral zone, and that was a great play by Oswego as Morrisville finally entered the zone to force the play to the outside, keep the center clear, and try to block the passing lanes for those deadly cross-ice passes that disrupt goaltenders all the time.
Nendel was on the chase. Hefner first one there. Now moves in. A great defensive play. Excuse me. Novik the one there as he was able to get the centering pass out of the way. And now Nenendal has it. Moved into Scorpio. Scorpio forced to his left side. And now a penalty
Looks like this one's either going to be a hold. Yes, it will be a hold on that play of Scorpio for the over by the left half wall, and it's going to be Hefner to go to the box for it.
This holding penalty, not just 10 yards. This one a full 2 minutes and an extra skater on. Like you said, Hefner, the one called on that one. So another, and actually the first chance for Oswego on the power play tonight. As we know, like you said before, fell from first to fifth in the matter of a night after going 0 for 7. So I think if they did have any type of practicing today, before game, it was 100% on the power play.
You would absolutely bet that Ed Gosick, after seeing the performance last night, will be working on these situations for the morning skate. We'll see if it paid off.
In front, Zyzik rips a shot, that one right in the chest of Johnson.
Well, that's certainly a good way to start. Josh Zyzik alone in the middle of the slot. I would have liked to see him take his time to shoot instead of taking the one-timer. He had a little bit of time in space, and he could have.
I think he felt the pressure on the left side. There was a guy about maybe 3 feet away, and I think he just felt the pressure. And as soon as he caught it, thought maybe I'll get Johnson kind of not ready for it.
See, when you're on the ice, a lot of times you think you have less time than you actually do. So it was I can understand why the Zyzik made that decision.
Gillespie takes it out of the Oswego zone, moves in now for the offense. Zyzik almost got in the way. Gillespie now has it. Gillespie moves in, has this one chipped all the way up in the air and cleared by Morrisville. Sent up now in Wood, the one to send it through. Novick behind net now. So minute 20 left on this power play, a minute 50 left in this first period. Leaves it back, but couldn't keep in was Broman. Broman still has the puck, and he's sitting in front of the Oswego bench. Now sends it cross ice. Waiting there is Novick. Novick couldn't get a good pass through. Brown able to keep it at first, but then takes it with him as he goes out.
Oswego having a lot of trouble with the entry into the zone. Or when they do enter the zone, another clearing attempt, they're unable to get anything set up.
This one goes right over to Richer, who comes just out of the crease to play it. 40 seconds left in the power play, a minute 10 left in this first period. 4-on-2 now as they move up. In front, Pissarro, great glove save by Johnson. He sends it over to the left side. Kept it now as Molinaro. Molinaro waits and sends it down low. Curry fakes, now goes back to his right side. Was not Curry, excuse me, Gillespie saw the 6, didn't see the 1, and now this one cleared all the way down.
That was a pretty play for Oswego off the rush. Tic-tac-toe. Unfortunately, Pissarro is unable to finish.
Left here now is Curry. Curry passes this one over to LeBlanc. LeBlanc the one to take in. LeBlanc sends it to himself behind net. Now gets it to Nenendahl. Power play is over. 33 seconds left in the first period. Nenendahl waits, tries to center it. Chipped out in front, and they blew the whistle. It was sitting right in front. Terrible, terrible whistle call there. The only way they could have called that was Johnson was hit in the crease. That'd be the only way they were able to call anything.
Yeah, it looks like Johnson fell forward as if to fall on that sprawling puck. The referee behind the net, I believe it was Vincent Epping, with a little bit of a quick whistle. Unfortunate break for Oswego.
20 seconds left and counting in this first period. Oswego leads it 2-0. Playing slow now as Curry has it. Now, Carter Allen. Tried to send it through and kept up. 10 seconds left. Morrisville can't seem to find it. Neither can Oswego. As Fletcher has it, he moves in with 5 seconds left. Fletcher tries to rip the shot. That one in front. Nenendahl couldn't try to rip a shot, but at least a good chance right there to end the period. So 2-0 Oswego leads it here over Morrisville. Morrisville only 3 shots to a commanding 11 shots.
Yeah, Oswego with a much better first period here in today's game than the one that we saw yesterday. However, in the last couple minutes there, especially around the Oswego State power play, where the penalty killers of the Mustangs were doing an excellent job defending it, Morrisville began to find their legs in this game a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when we come back for the next period with the adjustments there.
The Oswego power play couldn't really get anything going, but 0 for 1 to start off the game right now. So obviously, what'd you see on that power play? Any real changes? Anything that they need to improve on?
The only chances that I actually saw Oswego take full advantage on were the ones that came off the rush. You saw the tic-tac-toe play with 3 passes in succession that they were unable to finish on. And then the one that we saw at the beginning of the power play. Otherwise, the penalty killers did a great job of setting up a neutral zone trap to prevent Oswego from entering the zone. And their play across the top of the zone was exceptional in getting the puck out to the middle of the ice.
Thank you very much, Pat. Still here, and we are going to go to the intermission. Make sure you guys come back in about 17 minutes as we will bring you the second period of this hockey night here in Oswego as Oswego leads it by a score of 2-0 over the Morrisville Mustangs.
Hey guys, we're not doing the real deal. What do you like to do in your free time?
Well, I like to watch WTOP 10 movies on demand.
Yeah, me too. You know, there's such a wide variety of films that anybody on campus can watch.
And it's free.
And it's free.
How do I get to this movies on demand?
Well, all you have to do is go to WTOP10.com and click the Movies on Demand tab.
Hey, let's go watch one right now to review on our next show.
Hey, Hard, what's this? That's my resignation letter. You're resigning? Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you get stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit. I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me. Okay. But remember, it's not what you say. It's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
5 seconds potentially right off the draw. And oh my, Lawson just a little bit.
Hello and welcome back here to Hockey Night in Oswego as we are in the Murano Campus Center for this first period intermission. Brandon Ash joined here by Patrick Machado and a 2-0 Oswego lead right now.
Yeah, Oswego did a much better job coming out of the gate and scoring early. First, Michael Gillespie gets a goal off of a great play that was started by Travis Broman over by the half wall to force a turnover from the Morrisville Mustangs, who eventually sent it over to Pissarro, who sent it to Gillespie, and Gillespie, with a nice shot, goes top shelf to get the first goal of the game.
First goal was absolutely amazing. Definitely started off quick, but just a few minutes after that, the second goal scored was a beautiful off the shorthand as well. LeBlanc was able to get there. LeBlanc put on the shot, sitting, like you said before, like a silver platter, and then knocked in by Zizek to make it that 2-0.
It was a beautiful goal. Let's take a look at those goals again. First, the Michael Gillespie goal. You see it here. The nice hit over at the half wall, and Pissarro, the recipient of it behind the net, sends it out in front for Michael Gillespie, who gets the brilliant goal. Here's another look.
Check
Players
the angle
going
right
down.
here.
Broman collapses on the loose puck, and they get Gillespie with that beautiful shot down low, able to put it top shelf. No chance for Johnson on that play.
And Pissarro, just the vision on that to have a beautiful backhand right on the stick of Gillespie. And Gillespie didn't really have too much to do besides rip the shot. And now let's take a look at that second goal as well. Like I said, Emerson called for the penalty, so right now short-handed was Oswego, able to get a beautiful clear, and now LeBlanc coming in on his own. LeBlanc leaves it off the pads, almost a chance for the 5-hole, and it's sitting there. Zizek, beautiful vision there as he's able to just dive right in and poke it through for that second goal.
Yeah, that is a goal that Josh Zizek is definitely going to have on his highlight reel, and LeBlanc too. He had who was able to get that, force that odd man rush back the other way to get the initial shot, and Johnson unable to handle the rebound, and Josh Isaac with the vision to finish.
Now this game has obviously been a lot more, first off, been a lot faster for Oswego. Obviously started off very quick in those first 10 minutes, slowed down a little bit at the end of it. And then secondly, the hits have been great. You hear it a lot, you see it a lot more. They're being aggressive. And, you know, we saw a few by Broman, the new player Solos coming in. We have one right here. That was when Broman tried to get knock down. Looked like that was Bradley Hefner who first there, but you just see a few all over the court. These guys are slipping, sliding, falling, front checks, forechecks, everything like that. It's just been an aggressive game, and this is what I wanted to see out of both teams, but Oswego's really doing well right now.
And some of that, it definitely has to do with a little bit of bad blood yesterday when Dan Golba got the game misconduct and 5-minute major for hitting from behind in a very dangerous area near the boards. Derek Brown could have been seriously injured on that play, and those teams remember that. It sets the tone for the rest of the series that you're going to have this weekend, and with different referees, the standard of the penalties tonight will be different.
100%. I mean, you see sometimes different calls. We already saw a few before that, and definitely looked like it just really, this was a period won by Oswego, to say the least. Obviously in shots, in goals, everything like that. They just played aggressive, and you can see right here Oswego winning in everything there. Already 21 shots with 11 of them on goal, only 7 shots for Morrisville with 3 on goal. Power plays right now, both teams 1-1, and Morrisville is technically -1 on the power plays right now as they let up a shorthanded goal, and Oswego winning on the faceoffs as they did yesterday, right now winning 13-10.
Yeah, Oswego attempting 3 times as more shots as Morrisville right now, and their shot opportunities have been of better quality too. Morrisville's, when they have the shots, they were either forced to the outside or they took weaker shots from the point, which were easily saved with Richer with no deflections or no traffic in front. The key for Morrisville right now is to somehow get into the area of the ice between the circles and over by the point. It's an imaginary home plate area that sort of forms, that the majority of the shots are converted from.
We already saw the one that Richer really struggled with was that the third of the 3 shots that Morrisville had, where it was kind of bouncing around, and he didn't see it at first and then was able to get back to it and kind of keep it on the pads and on the chest. But that's one thing is like you said, Morrisville, the shots that they've taken have all been either one-timers, nothing really that's pressuring Richer, and we know from our time here that Richer's not the best at finding the puck when there's a lot of people in front. So you really want to challenge Richer. You got to get more players in front. You got to get those opportunities where you can screen Richer, get different shots on, maybe a few where there's a rebound in front. But right now, the way Morrisville's playing, they're not going to win this game.
That was my key to the game for Morrisville. Force rebounds from Richer. His rebound control isn't as up to par as the rest of his playing skills. He's still not that bad at doing rebounds, but it's the one area of vulnerability that David Richer has. So if you can exploit those vulnerabilities, it might lead to some offensive production for the Mustangs.
The only offensive production right now coming from Ian Wood, as he has 2 shots, as well DeVito, who you said was going to, definitely had to play well, only has 1 shot right now. And Connolly, the other, they technically have 4 shots right now for the time being, as it says 3 up there. But with the 4 shots right now, like I said, Ian Wood, the only one really doing anything, and that's a gentleman that's on the 3rd line. So you want to see DeVito and Stubbs, these guys that both have double-digit goals on the season, starting to play more aggressively and starting to get the offense going.
You know what? You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just about to mention that. Last night, one of my players to watch, CJ Stubbs, has been relatively quiet so far this game.
Well, we'll talk a little bit more about CJ Stubbs, the rest of that first line, and how they are not doing well. But we still are in the first intermission. Brandon Ash, Patrick Machado will be back here on Hockey Night in Oswego here at WTOP 10.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course.
match your personal references, high school diploma or equivalent.
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
It's right there.
Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
How do we afford all this?
Maddie, congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow, I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money gonna come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News.
Total, Baldwin faces 32 charges.
I went to Wichita.
Too much temperature change.
1310 meteorologist.
2 as well. Visions from Tanner Spink. Go to 2 and 1. 2 with 6 and 10 on the year.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Hello and welcome back to your first intermission report brought to you by WTOP 10. The Lakers lead it 2-0 over the Mustangs. Brandon Ash joined here by Patrick Machado. Let's take a little look at the shots taken. We talked a little bit before, but the unofficial has 11 and 3. Right now, the official, we were able to get 14 shots for Oswego and 4 shots on goal for Morrisville. Obviously, Oswego doing much better on that side as they did last night.
Yeah, Oswego were able to get better quality shots. You take a look at that Tyler Curry shot. He found himself an open space in the slot, and a nice shot just goes off the outside of the post, and a crazy angle on that. Now take a look here.
So that's, and now I see before what I was saying, that Fletch moving in, Scorpio did in fact hit the goalie, so that's why it was brought back up.
Yeah,
but again, like you said,
alone in the slot. That was the play where he did have a lot more time than he thought that he did. It comes with playing the game. You want to get the shots off quick to avoid turning the puck over and potentially having an odd man rush going the other way. So it's a safe play.
And we obviously saw, Zizek when he knocked that puck down and just kind of ripped it, that he didn't really, like you said, he didn't have the time really to wait on it, that he just knocked it down and ripped the shot. Let's talk about the goalie play from Johnson. Obviously allowed the same amount of goals that we had Young allow last night, and we're only one period in.
Yeah, Oswego did a much better job of coming out, and the goals that were past Johnson this period weren't entirely his fault. You had a great play by Gillespie, who was unmarked alone, circling over by that right face-off circle on the edge of the slot where Gillespie likes to be and take shots from him, and clearly you saw that he's very good at it too. And then you had the rebound goal for Josh Jizek. Last night we saw Jared Young come up with spectacular saves, and what changes the fact of a good goaltender versus a great goaltender is the ability to make those saves. Now, it's not entirely his fault. His defense needs to support him and not leave him hanging out to dry, but you got to expect that Oswego is going to get these opportunities.
Now, real quick, what do you think of Richer? Obviously only saw 4 shots.
He didn't have much action this period, and so far he's standing tall.
Doing very well, but we will be back in just a few short minutes to bring you this second period here on WTOP 10, Hockey Night in Oswego.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Hello and welcome back to Hockey Night in Oswego at the Murano Campus Center. Oswego leads it 2-0, about 20 seconds left until we get into the second period of action. Brandon Nash joined here by Patrick Machado. Now this game has been intense to say the least. I already talked about the hits before. What do you think how do you think these two teams are going to come out right now?
Well, it all depends on what the coaches have told them. And if you see Josh Jizek speaking with Carter Allen over there. Obviously, Ed Gosick wants his team to improve on the power play. And on the other side of the ice for head coach Kevin Krogel, a Utica alumni, you need to tell your team to get back in it. You proved yesterday that you can hang in there with a team like Oswego. And while you had excellent play from your goaltender, the play from their defense and offense in disturbing Oswego's transitions from defense to offense and forcing them in their own end, which is the game that Oswego likes to play, is good.
Oswego, the first ones to move in on the offensive side is LeBlanc. LeBlanc getting challenged now. Players around here is Anderson and Moore. Now, moved in here is Sprague. Sprague sends that one through. Tried to center it there was Anderson. Couldn't get the chance as Oswego there. And Carter Allen now gets it behind net. Carter Allen is challenged by Sprague. And now LeBlanc, first one to touch it, and he gets across now. 3 players on him, no help. And again, another time you should have said before, that's a time to just kind of chip it forward. Couldn't get the stick on there and couldn't keep it in was Pissarro. Now back to it here is Connolly. Connolly tries to set it up. Richer is just going to chip it over to the corners. Curry's over there.
And that's a smart play by Richer. Whenever there's a loose puck in front of the net and there's nobody around you to help you out, just send it into the corner and wait for reinforcements to come.
Broman, an amazing steal. 2-on-1 as Broman holds. Waits and Broman ripped the shot just wide.
Broman waited a little too long to take that shot, which gave Johnson the ability to square up to him and make him second-guess the decision that he was going to make, which I thought he was going to go 5-hole.
Stubbs, the first one to send it up. Austin Johnson tried to get it through, could not. Now it's in the corner, played by DeVito. Whistle down here.
It doesn't appear that it's going to be a penalty, or actually, it looks like it's going to be a bench minor on Oswego for too many men on the ice.
Oh, wow.
Actually,
yeah, they're talking
it's
right
an
now.
interesting situation. Both players are going to the box. It's probably going to be coincidental minors for roughing or potentially an embellishment call on one of the two. And we'll get the official announcement from the PA announcer in a couple of minutes.
The two off right now, Philbin and Gillespie. Gillespie, his first of the night. Philbin also his first of the night.
So 4-on-4 hockey here opens up the ice a little bit and allows both teams to cycle the puck a little bit more and find open passes across the ice.
Scorpio couldn't directly win it. Now it's fought for. DeVito has it down low. Puts it to Stubbs behind net. Back up to Johnson. Johnson cross ice, gets it over to Stubbs. Stubbs cycles around, has his one blocked. Now Stubbs going to move in. No one on his right side. Stubbs ripped a shot right on Richey's chest. Rebound goes off the pad of Richey. Stubbs gets it back, tried to center it in front, just sitting there, just wide. Chance there was DeVito. DeVito just a little bit wide on it, and now Oswego's going to move up on a 3-on-2. Back to a 3-on-3 now as it's held on the top. Scorpio gets it back after the pass. Backhand can't get it. Campbell's ripping a shot. Campbell right to the glove side and held by Johnson.
And we just got official word on the penalties. The Morrisville penalty is for holding, and Gillespie given an extra 2 minutes for roughing. So a retaliation after the whistle is what has this game 4-on-4 right now. And the reason that Devin Campbell probably didn't score on that play. With 4-on-4, there's a lot of open ice. It's a little bit risky to take a pinch and try to move in deeper in the offensive zone to skate up to that puck and then take the one-timer. If you mistime it, you could send an odd-man rush the other way.
Solo, great defense against him as it's moved in by Sprague. Sprague tried to center it right onto Richey's glove side, and he pounces on the puck and freezes it.
And the Mustangs, during this 4-on-4, welcoming Richey into the game a little bit more as they're getting opportunities in front of net. And Richey's had to make multiple saves in a row, getting from post to post, getting pads down, and able to make the stop.
This one won back by Oswego and behind net, going to slow it up a little bit. Solo, first one there after the pass. Chipped up now by Zyzik. Zyzik cycles back to the middle. Brown is there. Brown gets to Zyzik, tried to center it. Now that one bounces up in the air into the crease, and Johnson's just going to glove it down.
Yeah, McMillan was turned the other way, and he's just able to get a stick on it. Puck pops up into the air. Very easy save for Johnson. He says, "Look what I found," and hold on.
This is actually a really good song. I'm sorry, I heard it on The Office. I don't know if you remember it, if you watch The Office, but
more of a Trailer Boys type.
Okay. But on The Office, there, one of the guys is leaving, and they all want to dance together. I've liked it ever since that episode. But Broman's able to keep it now on the side. Back, and now Hefner has his lead pass stolen away. Broman able to chip it forward. Now it's behind net over to Hefner, and now DeVito has it. 15 seconds left on the power play, 4-on-4. That one whiffs on the pass. Pissarro steals it at first. Now Pissarro waits on the wall. He falls down on the boards. Now it's kicked over by Broman to himself. Broman now holds between two, and the 4-on-4 is over. Carter Allen just tried a little bit of a pass shot. Nenendal, now the one to come on. Backhand by Pissarro, gloved down by Johnson.
Now that last sequence was created entirely by the play of Anthony Pissarro, who takes it down low. He's falling, and looks like Pissarro.
Now another hold.
No, it looks like it's going to be a holding call. The door to the Morrisville penalty box is open.
And I think they're talking to number 28, which would be Dane Moore, and that's who it is. So Dane Moore called. I saw Richey coming up out of the corner of my eye. So I didn't see where the call was coming from. But they say Dane Moore called on the holds.
Yeah, sometimes when you know you've committed a penalty, you try to skate off to the bench and change to see if the referees don't notice that you're leaving the ice. He gets caught, though.
He got caught with the hand in the cookie jar.
Their second power play of the game. I'd like to see a little bit more movement to this power play. Force these penalty killers out of their defensive box and create open space for yourself in the middle.
Gillespie tried to rip a shot with 2 seconds in, had that one blocked and now cleared off. Played behind net. Now 15:50 and 1:40 left in the power play. Emerson the one to take in now on the left side. Emerson gives it back to Novick. Novick has it poked away from him, and a nice clear by Roy.
The forwards on this penalty killing line doing a great job of taking the puck away at the point.
Emerson, the one to come in. Sends a pass shot behind net. Back to Novick at the blue line. Novick tries to rip a shot. His is blocked. Novick gets it back after a pass. Novick loses it on the blue line and has to retreat. Minute 10 left in the penalty. Zizek gets a pass from Novick. He's hit with the shoulder. That one by Golba. Now Broman tries to walk in. Broman leaves it behind net now. In front and couldn't get the shot. Gillespie now, Novick has it at the top. Brown tries to move in. He loses it at first. Now it's in front. Chip back behind net, and good defensive play there was Roy.
Now, if you're watching there, that's what I mean about moving on the power play. When they're cycling the puck around, all the players are standing there in their exact same positions, and there are no lanes to pass or shoot the puck through.
After all that, Broman able to one to steal, gets it to Novick. Gillespie back to Broman. Broman loses it on the drive.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate play for Broman. He tried to toe drag it to maybe force the puck inside towards the left wing, and unfortunately he just loses the handle on it.
That one goes off the front of the skate of Pissarro. Pissarro gets it back and has the same thing happen again. Now it's moved in here, but the puck is lost as he was trying to cut across with CJ Stubbs. And this one's sent through by Oswego. Scorpio able to come on. And the power play has been killed off. Trying to knock it down, it rolls through! It's on the line and it counts! It's in! And a goal for Oswego, 3-0. That one was sitting right on the red line. We'll have to see if any of our WTOP cameras got a good look at it, but it was sitting right on the line there. See who they award the goal to.
And the referees are going to go and talk about this, but the initial shot in front was tipped in by Pissarro. That much is no doubt. And let's take a look at the replay to see if this puck indeed was over the line, and no doubt about it. If you zoom in on that, you'll see a white in between the red line and the area behind the goal line. Just a great deflection by Pissarro in front. Video review not allowed in Division. Well, it is allowed in Division III hockey, actually, but the referees do not have access to the video cameras here on our feed, and thus they have to go with their initial call on the ice, which is a goal for Pissarro.
Luckily, like you said, it was the correct call. Scorpio now ahead of steam. He gets sent into the bench of Morrisville, and now Horn comes up and lays a boom. Back and forth now, in front opportunity, could not get the shot off. Scorpio gets it behind net, cycled around, but he loses it, and Stubbs the one to steal it. Stubbs now can't clear as it was actually kept in, but Horn didn't know that he did that with his skates. Now on the move here, Zizek comes back out. Austin Johnson the one to move in. Campbell, good defense as it gets behind Johnson without him there. So Pissarro officially the one to get the goal. Fletcher, the extra skater, now slows his roll in the corner. Fletcher loses the puck. Leaves it up now. Now in the center is Zizek. Zizek grips a shot. That one off the shoulder of Johnson.
Great individual effort by Zizek on that play.
Zizek tried it again, didn't like it, gives it back up top. Now Allen has it left side. Allen's going to rip a shot. That one right off the pad of Johnson. Saw that one right through, and DeVito has it. DeVito tries to leave it back and loses it from Zizek. Zizek has it taken away by DeVito. DeVito's stick isn't there, makes an absolutely amazing play. Now McMillan has that one go over his head. He waits behind net, gives it to Brown. Brown able to go from left to right, can't clear it though as it's kept in. A nice play by Austin Roy. Now McMillan gets it. 12:25 left in the second period. Oswego now leads at 3-0 after the Pissarro goal. Can't clear, and now finally can, was McMillan. LeBlanc trying to get a little bit of pressure on Moore. Now Pissarro and LeBlanc both try to team up on Moore. Tried to send that one through and goes off Pissarro. Broman goes into the ref and now has a player come from behind him is Casper. Finally a clearing in the neutral zone.
Some gassed Lakers and Morrisville Mustangs out there completing changes as Oswego holds it in their own zone.
McMillan able to pass, chipped it up to Gillespie who couldn't have it. Pissarro just sends it all the way down. And now a few changes here for Oswego. Able to get on Allen and Curry, so their first line of defense, if you must say it that way. But now Pissarro, chance in front now is Broman. Broman couldn't get there, now chips it in front back to Pissarro. That, I think, went under the leg of Johnson in the crease and didn't go in. That was, I don't know how he kept it out of there, but Broman had a golden opportunity in front.
It was a great opportunity from Broman, and the aggressive play of Broman to find his rebound, as you're going to see it here on the replay, and then gets his own rebound off of a sharp angle try. You can see it here. Here's Broman out in front. He's unable to tee up a backhand shot and then feeds it in front. And like you said, the puck, a lucky roll, and it goes just under the leg of Johnson, who's able to hold on for a whistle. But great opportunity for Oswego, and I love to see that play from Travis Broman.
And the way that Johnson fell was starfish there. Pissarro had a great chance after Broman missed it, got it back, and Pissarro didn't have a lane because of the way Johnson was. Now this one played behind net, under 11 minutes left in the second period. Nenendal, the one there, changes his direction. Now up top is Curry. Curry rips a shot right off the chest. Nenendal couldn't get there. Now Sullivan comes off after he's able to keep in. This one taken away by Morrisville now and moved up by Balkert. Wanted a call, no call.
Yeah, it looks like, and the icing is going to be overturned actually off of that play, so the faceoff will be at center ice. But players colliding in the neutral zone. And yeah, there is Ryan Boucher arguing for a penalty as he was sandwiched in between two Lakers.
Sometimes that's just aggressive hockey. You know, you get sandwiched once or twice. It happens. Right now, like you said.
And there goes the referee over to the head coach of the Mustangs, Kevin Krogel. He wants an explanation on that call, and he doesn't look too happy. Really pleading his case with the referee, but likely not to change anything.
I'm trying to read just the lips right now. I'm trying to read what he's saying. I think I saw something like 2 times this has happened already, something like that. Like I think he's getting more annoyed, not about the no call, but about the about that this has happened a few times already, and there's been a no call. We go back to the action here. 10:20 left in the second period. Oswego leads it 3-0. On the corner boards now is Fletcher trying to get free from DeVito. Fletcher leaves it behind. Now Novik has it, left blue line. Emerson on the chase. First one there is Molinaro. Molinaro tries to move in. Fletcher stood in his way, but Fletcher gets it back off the boards. Fletcher challenged, and he tries to send it through. But Morrisville player is there, is Archambault. Tried to keep it in there was Fletcher, could not keep it down, and now no icing, and ooh, another hit there.
And that one's going to be a penalty. It's a late hit. Another thing the NCAA wants to crack down on.
That was definitely a good call there.
We're going to get a signal. Normally it would be, it was in close proximity to the board, so it's interesting to see if they could potentially call this boarding. It's a 2-minute minor either way for Colton Fletcher. Referee not giving a signal, but we can assume it's from either for boarding or for hitting from behind, or maybe interference rather.
Like you said, it
but either way, it's a power play for Morrisville.
Right. I think, like you said, you're going to say interference only because that hit was so late after the pass was already sent down. There was no reason to hit Anderson like that. Well, here after DeVito, cross ice, rips a shot in front. That one goes high into the net after it was deflected. Shot was by C.J. Stubbs.
Early power play here for Morrisville. When they're getting players in front of the net, and they're forcing Oswego's players to be in there too. You're creating extra traffic for David Richet and making him uncomfortable.
As soon as, like you said, this guy he hasn't really seen too many shots in the period in the game now has to come out and make some, real tough angle, saves and everything like that, especially on a power play right now. It is tough when you're cold. So you really haven't seen too many shots.
And he appeared to be a little bit shaken up after that play, taking off his mask, adjusting his equipment. A short delay here, but we play on.
Zyzik has it again. Zyzik couldn't move in as a great defensive play by Connolly.
And the call is indeed interference on Colton Fletcher.
30 seconds down in the power play, 9:15 left in this second period. After the pass, Wood tries to move in and send it down. Nenendal there. Nenendal versus Stubbs. Now saved in. DeVito has it on the right side. DeVito waits, rips a shot, it's in! A goal for DeVito right there. Nick DeVito scores on the power play and breaks this scoreless game.
And what did I just talk about? Getting traffic in front of David Richer, and my player to watch, Nick DeVito, gets the goal. You'll see it here. DeVito has the puck over at the point, multiple players blocking Richer's view, and it looked like he was looking at the referee, or his defense rather, wondering where the defensive coverage was on that. And you see here, Gosick doesn't look too pleased with his defenders either.
Ian Wood was right in front creating that obstruction for Richer, and I don't even think Richer saw it coming in. That's how fast DeVito was able to rip that shot, and just exactly how well placed Ian Wood was. So with that goal now, Oswego still up 3-1. Broman crossing in front. He falls down before he's able to get the puck. This one moved in now by was Casper. I was about to say Anderson. Like you said, the fours, you see one number, and it's tough to see the second one after, especially with these gray and green jerseys. Gillespie, the first one there. Gillespie goes behind net, leaves it for McMillan. McMillan can't clear as Broman has it now. Broman has to go off the skate of a defender, but so low, able to get it back and tried to pass it over to Pissarro. This will be an icing as the pass just a little bit too far by Solo.
Now these next couple minutes are going to be extremely important for both teams, but let's take a look at another view at that goal. You'll see here from the point view, Nick DeVito looking over, multiple players blocking his division. I believe that was Tyler Curry that got in front of Richer at the last moment as the shot was flying. And what did I talk about? Getting shots, just throw it on net. If you throw it on net, good things are bound to happen.
DeVito just that top corner, and you just have Wood standing right in front. But now Broman gets it back. Broman tries to toe drag, and he can't. Good defensive play there applied by Archimbo. Now Solo able to keep it. He goes cross ice to Campbell. Campbell down low to Emerson. Emerson, 3 defenders on him, stolen away by Morrisville. Kept in now by Broman. Now in the center. Emerson falling down, but he's able to get a pass off to with his knees, on his knees, I should say. This one cleared. Campbell able to keep possession through the legs of Molinaro. Molinaro tries to get back to it, but Archimbo able to turn the brakes on. Now it's knocked down by Horn. Horn able to keep in with his leg on accident while he was falling down, but the first player there is Bokert. Bokert has it cleared through, and now Horn comes back, steals it for Oswego. This one knocked down on the pass by Stubbs. Now Campbell and Horn, the first two there. Campbell able to steal it, now coming off the bench. Deflected away by Philbin. Now in front, Zyzik wide on the shot. That was a picture-perfect opportunity off the, when you kind of bend down and you get that nice little shot off the right leg, but that one way wide on the glove side of Johnson.
And the reason that went wide is the fact that Zyzik was in and trying to keep himself in front of the net as he was streaking towards the goal, and he just outreached his stick far to get just a piece of it on the puck, and he goes wide.
First guy to be 10 and 10, first double digit in both goals and assists on the team. Morrisville, the ones to steal, and now moves up here is Stubbs. Stubbs has it poked away from him, and Zyzik gets it. Zyzik tried to cross to LeBlanc. Chased down now by Golba. Golba sends it around net. Novik able to keep it. Novik has his shot deflected in front of him by Stubbs. Stubbs has played a lot of minutes on ice, sent all the way up in the air, and now bounces down. Stubbs gets back to it. Now it's stolen by Zyzik. Zyzik left it for Brown, but Brown couldn't get a stick on it. Now through the legs and moved in is Philbin. DeVito. DeVito moves to his right, rips a shot. Philbin whiffs on the rebound opportunity. And now LeBlanc moves in. 6 minutes remaining in the second period. Oswego leads it 3-1 over the Morrisville Mustangs here on WTOP 10. And now Hefner ran into by Moore. They're both okay, but the puck stolen away by Oswego. Scorpio leaves it up for Sullivan. Sullivan rips a shot. It's in! A goal for Mr. Joey Sullivan. As it is an amazing one right past Johnson. 4-1, Oswego leads it, 5:46 left in the second period.
This play was started at Oswego State blue line, unable to clear the puck outside of the zone. They're able to find it and give it to Sullivan, who streaks down that left wing and rips a shot, and it looks like Johnson might have gotten a piece of it. We heard a little bit of a sound as soon as the shot was fired, and video evidence confirms that Johnson got a piece of it. Not enough though, and it's 4-1 Oswego.
Was that through the 5-hole or was that under the glove side? I couldn't really from that angle.
I
the angle
believe
we
it
had.
hit his pad.
Okay.
And
so it either went through the 5-hole pad or it was pad and then under the glove side and went in that way.
But either way, it's a goal.
Either way, it's a goal. It's all that matters, and now an impressive 4-1. After the shot by Allen, Hefner able to get a stick on it before it makes its way to Johnson. Allen has it again and waits. Allen rips a shot. That one right in the glove side of Johnson.
And this one is going to cause some extracurriculars. After the play, Dane Moore giving Gillespie a stick up in his head area, which causes some pushing and shoving. And now a crowd will gather over.
And the referee, Caulfield's going right up there, and he was getting right in the middle of those two. Did not want to see two styled players like Moore and Gillespie get kicked out of this game.
And no penalty is going to be called on this one, but the referee was very quick to intervene there as he had full view of the incident, probably giving just both players a warning, as this is the first incident we've seen in this game thus far.
Fletcher and Molinaro scoring right now if Emerson wins this face-off. He could not win it after, but I saw Molinaro and Fletcher just talk and look like they had a game plan going if it was won. This one now knocked down after moved in. Good clear. But now off the skate, Wadden's able to keep in. Richey leaves it up now. Solo the one to get it. Emerson has it cleared away from him. Kept in now. Crosser in front with Zuccarello. Got a stick on it. Oh, McMillan runs into Zuccarello hard. Zuccarello fell down again. Fletcher, the one to have it now, and he moves in. Nice move around three defenders. He falls down, and he literally slid for about 30 feet. Emerson has it. Emerson rips a shot, that one just high.
And we're going to get a delayed penalty call, and this one is going to go against the Mustangs here.
See exactly
so Oswego State going to yet another power play in this game.
A hooking is the call. See exactly what player comes out right now. Bum, 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 bum.
Again, players, whatever player it was, tried to get off again. And it will be a hooking call.
Kyle Wadden, number 25. 2 minutes for him for hooking. Looked like it was really just the stylistic movement of Brown coming in. Just couldn't really, just a lot of speed moving in. We already knew about his speed. Isaac, two defenders convene in on him, and they're able to get the puck away and clear it down. Richey plays it behind net. Now it's left up for Novick to take up, because it's Isaac. 4:10 left in this second period, 1:35 left in the power play. Coming right off the bench. Able to deflect it. This one bounces under the stick of Johnson. First one there is Golba. Oswego was able to keep it at the blue line. Gillespie fakes the shot, gives it to Novick. Zizek has it. Left circle. Zizek tried to have a touch shot, but Golba was able to get in front of it. Zizek gets it back from Novick. In front now is, it looked like it was Broman. Broman found Gillespie. Now Zizek gets it back. Broman, very surprised he's not taking shots tonight. This has been very odd of him right now. He's given up a few opportunities. Broman has his stick held away from it. Emerson tries to convene in on it. Broman able to get it back and misses again. Kept in now by Gillespie after it goes off his stick, and Emerson has it behind net. That one hits the linesman. Lines judge, I should say. Now Zizek moves in. Zizek, hard angle shot, couldn't get it to fall.
Oswego right now waiting for the perfect opportunity, and a lack of communication on the ice springs the Mustangs back the other way.
It's still 4-on-4 right now. Zizek came off and no one replaced him. That was really weird. And that's why that pass from Novick was expected to be right to Zizek. Now Molinaro waits in. Molinaro gives the pass across. LeBlanc rips the shot, and he couldn't find the Johnson right on the chest, able to make the save.
As I was saying, Oswego State right now moving the puck on the power play, looking for the perfect shot. Meanwhile, they were giving up opportunities as if they could have one time the shot in. The only offensive chances we're seeing is either a bad sharp angle shot from the corner looking to create a rebound or shots coming off the rush. And that's not a model for a sustainable power play. It might get you a couple goals, but you need to be a lot better if you hope to be consistent.
After it's sent back by Morrisville, Hefner the one to get it at center ice. Power play and penalty is over. So even strength hockey now, 2:25 left in the second period. Molinaro the one to get it, he moves in. That was an offsides, and it is called. I saw that one right away. LeBlanc just a little bit too eager to get into the zone. He's called for offsides.
So yet another failed power play for Oswego. But look at that shot difference up there. The unofficial totals on the board for shots on goal, 22-8.
Yeah, definitely already almost multiplying shots by 3 right now. Obviously, that's an unofficial one right there, but we'll get more official shots on. But like you said, this period has again been won by Oswego. 2 goals again with still over 2 minutes left. Taken in by Nenendal. Nenendal rips in shot. Now Scorpio gets the rebound. Bouncing on the floor. Chance in front. Couldn't get there. Oswego able to get the puck back. Now a cross chance for Nenendal. First touched away by Johnson. All the way up, and Oswego gets it back. Nenendal going to move up. Gives it up to Sullivan. Sullivan moves in. Sullivan tries to get to center ice. He's tripped on it. No call. And now CJ Stubbs move in. Scorpio falling down and just twisting, couldn't get the land legs back on. Sullivan sends it through on his way to Johnson, and Johnson's just going to wait on the puck.
Yeah, Nenendal skating in, forcing Johnson to hold down. So now you have an offensive zone draw coming up for Oswego. You have 1 minute and 25 seconds to go here in the first. Maybe draw up a play, try to get one more goal before going into the intermission to have the spirits of the Mustangs low going into the third.
Campbell gets it after the face-off one by Oswego. Emerson now has it in the corner. Emerson leaves it back for Horn. Gives it to Molinaro. Molinaro tried to move in and has that one lost. Now moved up in a 3-on-2 for Morrisville. Backhand and a great defensive play. Chance there was Archambault.
Yeah, McMillan getting the recovery on that, sticking with the player to break up that odd man opportunity.
Scary voice in the sky tells us there's a minute remaining. Rip from the slot there was Golba. And then just off the right side was Richer. Would have been an offsides if touched. Oswego gets it back with 40 seconds left. Moved in now, Horn. Wide shot on the right. Campbell the first one there. Now behind net again. Horn. Zyzik at the blue line. Zyzik sends it all the way through. Molinaro looks like the first one going to get there. As he does, sends it behind net. And then cleared, and that should be a delay of game.
Delay of game would not be called. That is not a rule in Division III hockey, shooting the puck from your own end into the zone. But what it did is give everybody sitting on that side of the crowd a scare.
Yeah, that was definitely, and I saw it coming that way. I thought it was coming up here. Luckily, it stayed a little bit low and came off that front wall in front of us, but that looked like it was coming up here.
Fortunately, that has never happened to me during my broadcasting career, having pucks flying up here in the press box, but nobody's immune to it.
I've only had walking one time during the lacrosse game, and when they were practicing before, I almost got caught in the head, missed me by about 5 feet. Back to the action, only 10 seconds left in Morrisville and Chan here. That one ripped, and Richer wears that one off the heart. Now a little bit of a scrum in front, a few people grab each other.
Yeah, it looks like Jesse Anderson went down hard, and some Mustangs taking exceptions to that, and a crowd ensues in front of the net to touch a member of the opposing team, and the bigger guys on the team will be quick to step up, and it looks like we're gonna get some penalties here. Referee signal that it will be coincidental minors, and we're gonna get 4-on-4 play to start off the third period.
Well, it was Golba that was definitely in there.
Golba, the guy that got the game misconduct in last night's game, going to the box yet again for rough play.
And it looks like, I'm trying to see, because the only other person that was involved was Brown, and Brown had his entire face grabbed. So they haven't.
Yep, and the linesman will look directly at Brown and tell him to go to the box. He looks apologetic about it, but.
Now, I'm more surprised there. The only thing, like I was saying, was that Brown has had his face grabbed. So I don't know if there was any extracurriculars before I saw that, but it really did look like Golba was taking advantage of that situation over Brown.
I mean, clearly you want to defend yourself and you want to defend your team's honor, but more often than not, when you retaliate against any type of extracurricular activities, that's the thing that the referee is going to see, and that's why we're skating for a side into the third period.
Campbell's just going to hold that one in the corner, and we are going into this second intermission. Oswego leads at 4-1, 2 goals in the first, 2 goals in the second, very consistent here.
Yeah, much more dominant period for Oswego. They were able to catch Morrisville on their mistakes, turn it into offensive chances of their own, sticking with the rebounds. They gave up a goal during that period on the power play, but Oswego largely controlling it despite their inability to convert on the power plays.
Right now, a little look at Ed Gosick, 15-3-1, leading his team now. Obviously, has been a Hall of Fame coach, and as we just added in our, I forget the full name, but I know they call it like something of excellence for the hockey team. You know that you will see plenty of Ed Gosick, both his picture and teams coming into that Hall of Excellence is the name. There it is. But you know that plenty of people will be, plenty of players and plenty of Ed Gosick's teams will be added in on that. But when we come back, we will give you a little bit of the second period intermission report, let you know how this period went, and preluding to the third period. Brandon Ash and Patrick Machado here on WTOP 10, bringing you Hockey Night in Oswego as Oswego leads at 4-1 over the Morrisville Mustangs.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News.
Total, Baldwin faces 32 charges.
Saturday, I went to Woodchuck Saloon.
Too much temperature change.
13-10 meteorologist.
2 as well. Visions for Tanner Spink.
Go to 2-1.
2 with 6 and 10 on the year.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Hi there. You might wonder what a famous Hollywood celebrity like me is doing reading in the dark. Is this some new sort of Hollywood method acting? No, this is quite real.
Did you know that Americans use about 4 times as much energy per year as the global average? We waste energy left and right despite the fact that the dirty fossil fuels we use to power our energy sources wreak havoc on the natural world and destroys valuable wildlife habitats.
By reading with my solar-powered night vision goggles, I'm saving energy and looking sleek.
You don't have to sit in the dark like Ed Begley Jr. to save the world. Fight climate change by speaking up for cleaner, smarter energy, including rooftop solar.
Oh, that's way better. Oh.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
Hello and welcome to this second intermission report brought to you by WTOP 10. Brandon Ash, joined by Patrick Machado, and as you saw in the bottom left corner, a 4-1 victory. A 4-1 lead right now going into this third period. Let's start off with the goals. Obviously, 2 goals in the period for Oswego, 1 goal in the period for Morrisville. Let's start off with the first one scored in that second period by Anthony Pissarro.
Yeah, Anthony Pissaro's goal. A lot of drama going down on the ice as you're going to take a look at the goal line cam. You can clearly see it over the line. Video replay not available in this game, but it's clearly over the line. The refs get the call right. A beautiful deflection that gets Pissarro that goal.
And you saw it, that angle was absolutely amazing. That was the perfect angle to see exactly how that puck went in. But move on to the second goal now. Morrisville would not be kept to 0 in this game, able to find the mark on the power play by Nick DeVito.
Yeah, Morrisville playing Oswego's game with the power play success. As you're going to take a look at Nick DeVito as his power play partners are getting players in front of the net, blocking and screening Richey's vision, and he almost knocks the water bottle off of Richey's net. Nick DeVito, my player to watch. I'm 2 for 2 on Morrisville players to watch so far on this weekend.
There you go. I mean, hey, doing well, and as you're doing well picking players, Oswego's doing well putting players on the ice, as they would not be, just fall down easy after that goal. Came back, and then Jody Sullivan, just under 4 minutes later, comes up with a beautiful move, moves right in, and just beats Johnson like it was nothing.
Yeah, Lakers with a puck battle just outside their zone, and they're able to send it down to Jody Sullivan, who's going to streak down the left wing, as you're going to see in a couple minutes. And here it is. Jody Sullivan gets the puck. Nice move past his defender, and he rips a shot just to the left of Johnson. It might have gotten off his pad. We have no confirmation from that particular angle, but I'm confident that he at least got a piece of it, but not enough, and Jody Sullivan gets another goal to answer for Morrisville's power play marker.
It was either right through the 5-hole off the pads or off the left side pad and under the glove for the goal. Regardless, like you said, Jody Sullivan looked very good, but I want to talk a little bit now. This is the second time we've seen, a few times, Dane Moore doesn't look good on the ice, unfortunately. That goal was, as they say, it's all your fault, as they chant there. That wasn't the goalie's fault. That was Dane Moore, had a very easy play on the boards and completely missed that.
Yeah, blown defensive assignments. That's the key of Oswego's shortcomings yesterday, and it appears to be what happened to Morrisville today. Physicality in this game, it's beginning to amp up. Players are beginning to get upset, maybe with Oswego running up the score. Here's some battles over in the corner. DeVito, multiple players going down with DeVito taking the puck.
Gillespie was the one that fell, and Gillespie actually knocked the guy down after. Pissarro one to fall there.
Which is what we saw, though. That was the first instance of coincidental minors in this game, the retaliation penalty given to Michael Gillespie. And just at the end of that period, we had a big scrum, which resulted in the coincidental minors, just roughing penalties, the first time we've seen penalties called after the whistle tonight.
Right. And we already saw, like I said before, Dane Moore not playing well in the game, and he's getting aggressive, he's getting angry, and he was a part of a fight. Derek Brown a part of a few, fights, scrums in front, see if we have a few of those. But just looking through the players, even LeBlanc, a guy that's been knocked down a few times. But here's the two right there. That was Derek Brown and Moore, who've been talking to each other a little bit throughout the night. Brown was able to come in there, but now we see again a huge hit after the ricochet, and then right in front we have Brown in there, you have LeBlanc in there, and now those are the last two that meet. Brown, who's obviously had some troubles throughout other people, and then Golba, another one there. And now we have Coach Krogel, head coach, arguing a little bit before about a missed call, and we saw the exact same thing yesterday. You were on the call a little bit and saw that as well. Did you see him arguing a lot of calls?
Yeah, there were a couple missed calls during the course of play, but he's a little bit mad at that late hit that appeared to be behind. Maybe he saw numbers. It was more to the side. The coach thinks it was a hit from behind. He's going to have an argument with that. He doesn't think that it should be coincidental minors, or if it is coincidental minors, there should at least be an extra man in the box for Oswego. He's not going to win that argument.
A lot of these times in the second game, you see one of two plays. Either you see that the players started sloppy in the game before, but now you just had 60 minutes to play. You see them the exact same day. It might become a little bit more finessed as a play, or sometimes there's some, those 60 minutes didn't get all the anger out, and now you have another 60 minutes to get back at some players, and that's what's happening right now. Derek Brown trying to prove himself. Dane Moore didn't have the best of games. He's trying to prove himself now. So you really see that, but let's take a quick look at the period summary, see just exactly how well Oswego's doing. 40 shots yesterday, 40 shots already in just 2 periods. Morrisville only 14 shots, only 8 in that period there. And then power plays, 0 for 3 for the Lakers. So obviously not doing well in the power play as well. But 1 for 2 for the Morrisville State Mustangs. Obviously doing well on that aspect. And DeVito, the goal scorer there. And then faceoff, staying well, 25-21. Yesterday it was 30 for 20 in favor of the Lakers. So now you can see, obviously, a lot more faceoffs in this game. Only 50 in the entire game yesterday. We're already looking at 46, and we're not even. You still have 20 minutes left to play.
Yeah, and faceoffs the key to the game. It's what starts the play. And if you lose a faceoff in the offensive zone, that pretty much ends that pressure that you had that led to the faceoff in the first place. Now, for both benches, keys moving forward into the third period. For Morrisville, you're going to have to start taking some chances. You have 20 minutes to score at least 3 goals, and then you have to score another one to win the contest. So you're going to have to start involving your defense in the play to move down low, trade places with forwards to try to get something going, because you have a lot of work to do. If you're at Gosick, don't take your foot off the gas pedal.
We've seen that in plenty of games this year, and that's one thing they definitely need to make sure they don't do.
Yeah, Oswego, the best defense, of course, is offense. I'm not saying that Oswego should take any unnecessary chances, but they shouldn't become complacent and ride this lead out to the end of the period, because 20 minutes is a long time. Doc Emmerich said the 3-goal lead is the most dangerous lead in hockey, and we'll find out if it becomes dangerous for the Oswego State Lakers soon.
Like you said, a little bit more time to talk before we bring the third period into play. But Brandon Ash, Patrick Machado, we will be back in just about 5 minutes to bring you the third period here on WTOP 10 for Hockey Night in Oswego.
And then she was like, yeah, and I was like, no, and then she was like, yeah, and I was like, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, what?
Ryan just texted me.
Oh my god, what did he say?
Netflix and chill?
Netflix and chill, that's like so last year. It's all about WTOP movies on demand and chill.
You are so right.
Yo, bro, what's wrong?
Yo, bro, my girl left me, bro.
But why?
Because I don't watch WTOP 10 movies on demand.
This new dad is picturing a tree house in the sky, but he's ignoring the instructions. Good luck, big guy. His kids know that he's building without a clue. Never been so good with nails and glue. Now we're trapped inside a box. I hope mom knows what to do. Mom! See, you don't have to be perfect to be the perfect parent.
Thousands of siblings in foster care will take you just as you are.
Hey, it's Ava, and this is Tess from Do Your Selfie, where we recreate the hottest looks from today's biggest music videos.
After cleaning out our closet, we have a lot of clothes we don't wear anymore.
Like this old pile of t-shirts.
It's not garbage, it's actually a new rug.
And to make it, all you need to do is cut, tie, and glue.
Cut the t-shirt into strips.
Tie the strips into knots.
And glue the knots to the bath mat. I love it. Give your garbage another life.
And recycle.
Hello and welcome back here to WTOP 10 and Hockey Night in Oswego. The Lakers lead it 4-1 over the Morrisville Mustangs. Brandon Ash joined here by Pat Machado. So I'm going to start it off real quick here, but as you had Danny DeVito, your players to watch, I've been watching the last 40 minutes. My man that has really looked well is Chris McMillan, number 22 for Oswego. He's been all over the ice in the chances that he's getting. You know, he hasn't really played too much this year, but in the chances that he's getting today, doing very well on that third line, and you have Jeff Solo to the side of him. That's obviously new to the team, trying to get, used to the team, and as Solo needs the help, McMillan is taking over that really defensive role, playing very well in the neutral zone and in the defense as well. Forced a lot of players to the outside, and he's really keeping Richer. When he's on, he's keeping Richer just he knows that he has a defender in front of him, and that's what's helping.
It's an interesting move by Gosick to put a new player with Jeff Solo with a player that's sort of been unproven as an Oswego State Laker this season with McMillan. But it's working out for them so far this game. Now moving over to the other side of the ice, I hate to pick the obvious, but Nick DeVito right now is the best player on the ice for Morris. He's corralling on the loose pucks. He's sticking with play, even when he's shoved off by Oswego State Lakers, when he's surrounded, when he's outnumbered 3-on-1, he's trying his best to make a play and stop enough time to get reinforcements back in the zone, whether it be chipping it around the net, cycling it, or even sending it back up into the neutral zone, forcing the teams to reset. He's shown a very much great sense of hockey IQ out there on the ice tonight, and it's showing, but they're going to have to do something quick.
Yeah, and I'm very surprised. This and they've had a little bit of like a 1A and then like a 1 first line and a 1A first line, because I've seen Sprague and Anderson kind of switching up. Stubbs will be sometimes with those two. DeVito will sometimes be on with Anderson and Sprague. So very weird to see that. But we have the lines coming out now, and Johnson looks like he's going to still come on. He looks determined, but unfortunately letting up 4 goals in just 40 minutes right now. He has not done well. 2-7-1 in 10 games and 41 goals allowed in only 10 games. So right now, these 4 goals average is exactly what he looks like almost every game. So it really, it's not surprising. Now here's something that surprises me. In a lot of games, Cedric Hansen finds ways to win, but he doesn't get a lot of goal support. However, Richer finds ways to win. I think in every single game Richer's been in, he's at least gotten 3 goals. So I'm not sure if it's something that maybe Richer does on the ice, something Hansen might not do, but it's just very odd, and it happens a lot to, I don't know if you like baseball, but CC Sabathia, he's a guy that never gets run support but goes 6 inning strongs. Right here, Hansen, doesn't really get too much. He finds ways to win, but he has to win a lot of close, 2-1 games, something like that, versus Richer can win games 4-2, 3-2, can allow a few more goals.
Well, if you take a look at the history of David Richer, you might be able to see some of that storyline you just mentioned come into view. David Richer played a couple games in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. That's a league that you sign a contract for, and most of the NHL prospects come from the major junior Canadian leagues. And he actually ended up losing a year of eligibility here in Oswego, so he was supposed to be listed as a senior this year. However, he did submit a letter to the Division III board, and they gave him that year of eligibility back. So fortunate for Oswego that they're going to have Richer between the pipes for a little bit longer than they originally anticipated.
That's very good, but yeah, no, just very, weird to see in a lot of games that Hansen doesn't get too much support, but on games like this, Richer is just getting a lot of support, so I'm not sure, like I said, if it's something, maybe he's more of a leader, maybe the guys just feel a little bit more supported by him, so they just want to put up more, but we return to the action here on WTOP. That one set up in the air and glove save by Johnson.
Yeah, that was a bouncing puck that Zizik attempted to swat at on that play. Unable to get much on the shot, and it's a very easy routine stop for Johnson.
I don't know who picks the songs or who picked the song choice for this year, but I have enjoyed the music very much as I've heard over the last few years. Now Novik rips a shot right into the chest of Johnson, who freezes the puck.
So Oswego just shooting the puck, trying to stay in their own zone as long as possible. Again, we're on 4-on-4 play here with the coincidental minors to Derek Brown and Dan Golba. So again, a lot more space out on the ice, able to make some moves across the ice and send the puck through the center with more ease than they would be able to as if we were skating 5-a-side.
Gillespie disrupted it first, but now brought all the way down and behind net by Morrisville. Novik loses it. In front, ripped a shot, it's in! A goal right off the 4-on-4 is Hefner. And Hefner brings Morrisville back within 2, only a minute 02 down in this third period.
Well, the goalpost can either be your best friend or your worst enemy. For Oswego tonight, it's been their worst enemy, both on offensive chances and on this goal by Hefner. You'll see it here. Hefner goes bar down off of a pass from behind the net. Just a beautiful feed in front by Ian Wood, and he goes bar down. And I said they had to do something quickly. Now it's a 2-goal lead. You have just over 18 minutes to go. Now you have some new life. If you can get another one here, you have some time. You don't have to take risky chances that could send Oswego back the other way. Great start by Morrisville.
Now it's still a 4-on-4 because of the game misconduct. So, you have a chance to get 2 4-on-4 goals. So counting down here, 15 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Cross ice now and bounces forward. Molinaro going to move in. Molinaro with a head of steam. He tries to go from right to left. It's in! A goal as he answers just 45 seconds later. 5-2, Oswego leads at 18-14 left in the third.
A great start by Morrisville and an even better retaliation by Joseph Molinaro. Skating in down low. He has barely any room to shoot in, and he's able to cut to his forehand and put it past Johnson. You'll see it here on the replay. Molinaro turns on the Jets in the neutral zone, cutting towards the net, protecting the puck on that backhand, and transferring it over to his forehand before quickly snapping a shot. Johnson wasn't ready for that, and a great goal by Molinaro to answer not even a minute after Morrisville scored.
Another one! Oh, he had a great opportunity. It was Molinaro on the move. Molinaro had a beautiful feed pass and just a little bit high.
Well, Josh Zizik has been playing extremely well, and a lot of people say that he might be a candidate for captain. Joseph Molinaro making a case that he should be considered as well.
I would love to see Molinaro in it. Obviously only both of them juniors, but it does look like Molinaro leads a team. We'll see. Left in front, just wide there. Great opportunities started off for Oswego.
Emerson getting a little too excited on that chance, just trying to get a stick to the puck as fast as he could. Again, they think they have a lot more time than they actually do.
And now Carter Allen lays the boom. Nice hit on Sprague. Molinaro, the Canadian, out of Ontario.
Mississauga, to be exact, a suburb of Toronto, where the
yeah.
Pearson Airport is located.
I think you know more about Canada than I do. You've been there a little bit, right?
I've been there to the west a couple times.
Sullivan had that one stolen away after trying to get the shot on. Jumped up in the air and kept in now. Tried the lead pass to Scorpio, who gets it back. Scorpio changes direction now. Tried to center it over to Campbell. Campbell's able to get there in time and bounces that one off the boards. Finding the intended target was Sullivan. Sullivan now back up. Novik grips a shot. That one off the right side. Now Nenendal has it on the right corner. He's defended away. Sent all the way around. Campbell able to chase it down at the blue line. Campbell bounces his pass off to Sullivan. Nice movement, and Oswego is able to keep it. Now Scorpio has it. Scorpio cross ice to Novick. Novick down low to Nenendal. Nenendal has his stick lifted. He's able to get to it. Leaves it in the center for somebody. Moves it as Novick. Novick shot just high.
And Novick trading cross checks with a player in the slot after that.
Now this one's sent all the way down in an icing.
But again, clearly more of that bad blood is staying here for both teams.
This is going to be very tough for Morrisville, too, only because obviously not having a good season right now. They are 4-12-1 in the overall, and they only 2-7 in the Suniacs right now. And with just under 16 minutes left in the third period, Oswego up 3, playing a fantastic game. So definitely it looks like Morrisville has just not had it this season, both in regular play but also in conference play.
A little bit of a delay. Linesman trying to get the right players out on the ice following that icing.
First one there after the face-off is Isaac. Isaac tries to send it through and does. Broman able to get it off the boards. That one goes off one of the refs and bounces right over to a Morrisville player. This one's sent and now behind net. At midline, Isaac pokes it away. Re-grabbed by Wadden. Sent down, Richey gives it up to McMillan. And now falls down is Solo. Behind net now, and Broman has it. Broman's going to move the puck up. Good clear by Oswego as he gives it up to Becerra. Now waits, and Broman's just going to send it all the way down. And a good opportunity to switch now is LeBlanc, Brown, Scorpio, and Allen all come off the bench, I should say, with 15 minutes left to go in the third period. Morrisville has it. Bouncing shot goes behind net. Grabbed by Allen. Allen chips it forward. He's stopped by Sella. Have not said Sella's name at all now. Scorpio waits. Tries for a crosser. Goes just off the leg. Now another shot by LeBlanc goes just wide. Curry has it at the top. Now Allen. Allen rips a shot. That one wide. Sitting behind net now. First one there is Philby. Brown kicking it around. Kept in now. Cross with no one there and goes onto the stick of Dane Moore. Moore sends it all the way down, and an icing call against Morrisville. All right, let's go for it.
I was going to say, let's take a look at the goal again from Joseph Molinaro. Quite possibly the most thing that's dangerous on an opportunity like that, moving in on goal. The only thing more dangerous than a quicker shot is a quicker release. You catch the goaltender off guard, and by the time that he realizes that a shot has been taken, it's already past him and the light is already on.
I knew Molinaro was quick. I didn't know he had that type of speed. That was very impressive on his part. Just took the puck all the way from the red line and just went down like it was nothing. Oh, Allen is really laying hits right now. Allen had the puck, and he was able to knock down Stubbs. Now, Stubbs tried to cross in. A great defensive play there and another stop. Bounces this one on the move, and now Emerson moves in. Emerson, it's in! A goal by Mitch Emerson! And Oswego is on fire right now, up 6-2 with 13:51 left in the third.
Oswego State with all the momentum right now as Mitch Emerson gets the long pass from his own end in the neutral zone, turns on the Jets, and goes for the breakaway. You'll see it here, a little nifty move by Mitch Emerson, faking the 5-hole shot, and then going top shelf over on the far side. Just an absolutely beautiful shot by Mitch Emerson, fooling Johnson, and Oswego absolutely running away with it, increasing their lead to 4.
I remember the Brockport game. Emerson scored a goal exactly like that, in which they won that game 5-2. Emerson got a great pass, was able to move in on the right side, and just used his speed to get past the defender and go in. This one, he just had no one in front of him, made a great move, and just scored the goal. So now 6-2, 13.5 remains in the third period. Another "It's All Your Fault" chant right now by a depleted student section who's loving what they're seeing right now. Obviously, classes start on Monday, so a lot of people moving in tomorrow. That's why it's been such a depleted student section, but making as much noise as possible as that shot from the blue line by Novick right into the chest on Johnson. Let's take one last look at that Mitch Emerson goal, as it was just a thing of beauty.
You'll see it here in a second. Mitch Emerson again with the nice little nifty move going 5-hole, and we'll try to get that replay to you on the next available opportunity.
Coming back to the action. Sullivan able to kick it over to Broman. No, sorry, that was Horn. Horn wasn't able to really take in after the kick pass by Sullivan. Horn now changes direction in the corner. Horn tries to do it again and leaves it up for Sullivan. Sullivan first one there, but loses it back to Horn. Horn changing direction a lot. He's defended off by Austin Johnson. Now Novick has it at the blue line, chips it forward ahead to Horn. Horn sends it down, but no one's in the corner now. Austin Johnson, the one to clear. Horn actually denies the clear as he keeps in. First one there is Archambault. Now Nedendahl has it in the right corner. Nedendahl tries to cross it, backhand right on the chest. And now a late hit as Gillespie goes falling down versus Austin. But that shot, a great opportunity just right into the chest.
It looked like Gillespie tripped over Johnson, but let's get back to that Mitch Emerson goal. He skates in. You see, he makes a little move as if he was going to go 5-hole. He pushed the puck towards the net. It was subtle enough to where it doesn't look like it from the naked eye, but it's enough to throw off Johnson and open up that space on the far side.
It's kind of like a football juke when you go right and come back left. That's exactly what that was. And now an opportunity here as it's moved in. More shot right off the stick that looked like it was going to be in the chest. And again, we've talked about rebound opportunities. Broman now able to get it through. And then Oswego's able to send it down. Looked like it was Brown after the pass.
That was a smart play by Oswego. They had a partial 3-on-2 going back the other way. They opt to take the safe play, chip it down, get some more time off the clock. You have a 4-goal lead. While adding another insurance marker definitely makes your case of winning the game easier. It's a risk at this point that's a little unnecessary.
Richer watches that one go into the glove, falls out of the glove. Luckily, no one around. But again, another what could have been a rebound opportunity if anyone was there. So you really have to see Richer watching these both into the glove, into the chest, into the legs. Wherever he's making those saves, you got to make sure there's no more rebound opportunities, especially in a runaway game like this.
And before that opportunity, they had another chance as the shot was taken just outside the slot. It goes off the stick while he was protecting his 5-hole, and the rebound slipping right on his silver platter in the middle of the ice.
That one goes off the crossbar, but coming the opposite way. So it was like the back part of the net that one came off of. Cleared out by Oswego, and Moore, the first one there in his defensive zone. Sends this one through and bounces right in front of Cedric Hansen and the rest of the Oswego bench. Now feed to Brown, a little bit too hard. Goes down behind net. Brown trying to box out Moore. That's played behind net. Morrisville can't clear it first, now able to finally clear as it's taken out by Sella. Sella not had to say his name a lot on that fourth line with Zuccarello and Wadden. Really have not seen Sella do too much. Brown now watches the puck go under his stick, but LeBlanc and Allen, the two to get back for it. Allen bounces that pass off the backboards to Curry. Curry's going to wait and gives it to Allen. Allen bounces another pass. LeBlanc the one there. And now it's led for Zyzik. Zyzik couldn't get to it. And now Zyzik is pushed onto boards.
Yeah, Molinari's pass just a little too far ahead of Zyzik, who tried his best to get to it. Unable to turn on the Jets fast enough to get there. But again, all this accomplishes is getting the puck in the zone and wasting more time.
Oh, what a defensive play there by Campbell. If he misses that puck, DeVito has an easy move in, but Campbell played the puck beautifully. Now DeVito sends all the way down. Bounces this one off the boards, and Stubbs, the first one there. Sent down in front, opportunity, but Nedendahl, great play to get in front of it. Sorry, it wasn't Nedendahl, that was Novick, I should say. Novick now moves in. Novick with a 2-on-1 pass, and a great stop by Johnson there. Pass from Novick right over, trying to see, like you said, trying to see these gray numbers, definitely a little bit tough. It looks like it was Emerson one on.
Yeah, but the initial shot from Novick and the rebound opportunity, Johnson able to get over to the right side of the net and cut down any type of sharp angle shot. That was a nice job by Johnson, reading his defenders, forcing them to the outside, and he has everything covered.
Scorpio trying to keep in now. And now Morrisville finally able to clear. After Solo, the one in the corner. Now turning her around, but Morrisville able to keep in on their zone. Pressured by Nenendal, and now taken away by Solo. Solo changes his direction and throws it over. First one there is Morrisville and Austin Johnson. Chipped up and kept in now. It's on the blue line and now finally sent through. Scorpio has it stolen away from him, sent down, and Anderson the first to get there. Anderson goes behind net. 9:15 left in this third period. Oswego playing a fantastic second game against Morrisville, up 6-2.
And another 2 big points, potentially 9 minutes away from securing those. And the main thing that we've been talking about since this season, a very uncharacteristic season for Oswego. They have 2 games in hand over pretty much the rest of the SUNYAC Conference.
And now Gillespie, chance, in front was Broman, now it's right off the pads of Johnson. Oh, and Broman getting a little tough. Now Broman and Austin Johnson are exchanging hands.
Yeah, throwing fists, cross checks, the closest that we will probably ever get to a real fight here in Division III hockey. But let's talk about the play and what caused that in the first place. It was a little bit of a confusing play as players on both sides had no idea where the puck is, and Johnson didn't either. You see here the initial shot goes in. He thought he made the stick save, but it's actually in front in the blue paint, loose. Players are trying to get a stick on it to send it either way. Johnson falls and gets the cover, and anytime that you have contact with a goaltender, whether it's incidental or not, the team is going to rush to defend him.
I don't know if you saw at the end of that play, but you saw Broman throw a right, and then right back to it was Austin Johnson who gave a little right. Both of them remain in the game right now, both no penalties either. Pissarro tries for a center opportunity, no one there besides Hefner. Hefner's able to clear. Goes in front of Pissarro and Hefner there. Hefner clears once again. Gets it back here is Pissarro. Finds his man in the middle is Allen. Allen tries to move in now on the left side. Allen leaves it up now for Brown. Brown moves in. Brown behind net has his pass tipped. Pissarro gets it up to Curry at the blue line. Curry waits, now tries to ground it, and it's sent away by Johnson. Moore, the one to send it all the way around. Allen going to be able to get there as it was a little bit past Casper, but now Morrisville able to clear. Back into the boards now, and in front of his net is Hefner. Brown, the one to get the pass, moves in. Zyzik, first one there in the corner. Zyzik sends it behind net onto the boards, and no one there besides Morrisville and CJ Stubbs. Stubbs takes in, loses his stick to start, was LeBlanc, he's okay.
Gonna get a delayed penalty call against LeBlanc. He got his stick caught up in the midsection, and that's gonna go down as a hooking call.
That's why he lost it as well. He's trying to get a little explanation from the ref. Shoots him a smile, and he's not happy. 7:27 left in this third period. A 6-2 Oswego lead.
And with a deficit being 4 and 7 minutes to go in this game with a little bit of change on top of that, you wonder if you might see head coach Kevin Krogel pull his goaltender in a last-ditch attempt to get another goal here.
DeVito gets tripped up by Molinaro, and now a 2-on-1 as it's moved in by Emerson. Emerson holds, shoots that one high, and goes all the way up and actually ends up by the exit upstairs.
Yeah, that one took a crazy deflection. It must have rolled on him at the last second as that puck goes extremely high into the air. The student section covering their heads, waiting to see where it would fall, and it almost rolls out the door itself.
It either, I think it may have went off of that, like the metal piping, or it went through about the 6-inch gap between the net and the piping, and the way it hit the net just kind of sent it up in the air. Little, physics, I guess. Campbell, the one to get it, he retreats back. Out of zone now, sent through, and the first one there is Connolly. Connolly holds behind net as we move under 7 minutes remaining in the third period. Connolly, the one to take up now. Still a power play with 1:20 left there. In front now, rips a shot, and what a glove save by Richer off of Stubbs. He saw that with maybe 0.2 seconds of a reaction time, but he had the glove in the right place, right time.
Yeah, Richer got lucky there. His glove was in the right place, and a little bit of theatrics, flashing the leather there, coming up with the save. He
I love the flashing the leather. That's something I've always thought when you say it, say it in baseball, but as well in hockey. Come back to the action now. Still a minute 05 left for the Morrisville power play and the LeBlanc penalty. 6.5 left in the period. Stubbs gets the pass. Now moved in here. DeVito on the right side. DeVito rips the shot. That one high over Richey as he watches it go by. Connolly sticks it forward. DeVito's there. And then it's sent all the way through by Solo and goes all the way down and around. So good defensive play there and a nice play. Excuse me, that was actually McMillan who was able to get the clear. Now Solo's on. Taking in is Moore. Moore sends this one through. Whiffs on the clear opportunity, but now Emerson has it. He's going to clear it through. Goes off the stick of Hefner, but not before it makes its way into the Morrisville defensive zone. Molinaro with the steal. Molinaro going to take in. Molinaro now getting wrapped up with the goalie, or with the ref, I should say, alongside CJ Stubbs. Finally, Morrisville's going to get the puck, and Moore has it on the blue line. As you may have heard from the giant voice above me, the Lakers come back now. Fletcher, the extra skater, the one to come on. Fletcher tips it forward, and Fletcher now loses his stick after, but a good clear nonetheless, even though he didn't really mean for it.
And the fact that the Morrisville bench didn't pull Johnson during that power play, it might be an attempt to just play the rest of the game out and let it end the way it is, unless something miraculous happens. If they didn't pull the goalie during that opportunity, I don't see why they would in the future.
And now a great stop there. Looked like it was Molinaro who got his leg on it. Now leaves it up. Moving in is Curry. Curry rips a shot. That one just high.
Curry was a little too fine on that shot. He tried to pick the corner. Instead, he sends it over the net and into the glass.
To Passero through the legs, over to Fletcher. Fletcher is tripped on the play, so it will be a delayed penalty now finally called there. Fletcher sent all the way down. Looks like the call is going to be on Wadden again.
And you would have to think that this could be the final dagger for the Morrisville Mustangs. They're going to spend the next 2 minutes shorthanded, barring any additional penalties, which puts the game clock at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Scoring 4 goals in that amount of time is very improbable.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, only 2 goals in the entire last 55 minutes of play. So improbable, and I mean, obviously happened a few times, but I couldn't remember the last time a 4-goal game was decided in 5 minutes.
And this also assumes that Oswego doesn't connect on this power play.
Very true. In front, Passero hits in! A goal by Passero, and I don't even think he knew it went in. A goal just 11 seconds into the power play gives Oswego a 7-2 lead, and that is now the most goals that they have scored in a single game.
Now, do you believe in the broadcasters' jinx? Because this right here is evidence that the Oswego State power play has finally got their legs moving. A little bit of a broken play in front, puck bouncing, and Passero just finds some open space and roofs it. You'll see here, Passero finds it. He's got a little space to shoot through with a lot of bodies in front, and he manages to capture that spot and snap it past him, and 7-2, icing on the cake for Anthony Passero.
And that is still great. As they said, different games, they've won 4 games by a score, 3 games by a score of 6-2, and 1 game by a score of 6-3. This is now the most that the team has scored in a single game, and there's still 350 left.
Also the defeat 7-0 against Cortland.
Oh, so ties it up today. Okay. So yeah, this is now tied for the most. Yes.
They could get another one. Anthony Passero is a competitive person, and Oswego has clearly shown in these games that they're a team that likes to run up the score. And Anthony Passero's got his 2nd goal of the game. So we'll see Gosick try to put him out there to maybe finish that hat trick.
I was watching that Cortland game, and I turned it off after 5-0. I forgot it ended up at 7-0. But yeah, that was another game. Now it just Oswego took complete advantage of, and this is another one.
But if he is going to get that hat trick, he's going to have to do it short-handed, as Tyler Curry is going to get the gate for cross-checking.
3:19 on the clock here in the Marano Campus Center. Curry 2 minutes. And Ed Gosick ties highest points in a game this season. As I said, where it was able to beat Portland last week by the score of 7-0. Tried to clear that one is Isaac, as he does. First one there at center ice is Connolly. Connolly gives it back to DeVito. DeVito waits for a pick from Connolly as he moves in. Now is Stubbs. Stubbs, Connolly, DeVito, the three up top. Alongside Anderson and Sprague. That one ripped a shot. Bounces back and slides up over onto the back of the net. Stubbs gets the pass from Anderson. Back to Anderson. Anderson moves in. That one shoveled away in front, and now there's a player laying in the net. Now another shot. Richey's able to get there. Richey put a shoulder on it, and now another clear.
Richey's a little bit shaken up. He got lucky on that one. The puck made contact with the mask. That sound is unmistakable, and we're going to get a halt to play here.
Richey
and
just
they
took
are
off,
going to blow the play dead, so make sure Richey's okay.
He actually took off his helmet as soon as the steal happened. There was a steal that happened by Oswego before a shot came off, and Richey was trying to fix the cage, and he saw that there, like you said, got hit in the head and that there was something wrong. So let's talk now about the games happening next week, as we have about 2:20 left in this third period. We have Friday, February 1st, the first day of February, as they are going to take on Fredonia, and then Buffalo, and that will be the Pride night. So anyone come in, bring some rainbows, bring anything colorful, and show your pride for the LGBT plus community. And then the night after that, the teal game, as we talked about, in honor of the late Mary Gosick and raising money for ovarian cancer.
Now those are two interesting games by themselves. The Western New York teams coming in to Oswego to face them. Fredonia versus Oswego has been an interesting matchup. Fredonia, of course, knocking Oswego out of the conference playoffs, which eventually led to them being snubbed from the NCAA National Tournament in favor of Marion. Eric Bogart plays extremely well against Oswego for some reason. He just goes in there and plays like Carey Price pretty much. And then you have the game next day against Buffalo State, where Anthony Pissarro will face his former team for the first time here in the friendly confines of the Campus Center.
Obviously, they've taken on each other as well. Pissarro has played Buffalo State in a 4-1 win away back in the middle of November. So now, just 2.5 short months later, we're back to it. Now a 3-on-1 here. Waits on it in front, and what a defensive play coming back and getting there was Golba. Now Nenendahl moves in. Nenendahl the shot off the pad. Now we move to a minute left. Campbell has it. They're trying to get the most points in this in the entire season. Not going to help there, as Sullivan has his pass redirected and Stubbs the one on the steal. Stubbs tries to move in, has his stolen away. Solo tries in the clear, can't get there. Brad Zuzewski, the extra skater, and now hit very hard and down. Just went down is Austin Roy.
Looks like he got a stick up high. And now players come together in the center.
Having to get separated here is Golba next to Campbell. Let's check a quick replay on what exactly happened to Austin Roy there, as it was away from the puck and I didn't see it. Oh, wow. Just ate a shoulder was Austin Roy right there. Couldn't see who applied that shoulder, but he
so
really
it's gonna be
got hit hard.
Fletcher getting in the box, and the referees will discuss this.
So it was obviously, I'm going to say another interference as well, as that was off the puck, and Fletcher, like you said, the one that delivered that shoulder.
So referees discussing this over at the timekeeper's bench.
I mean, there's only 45 seconds left.
It's a 2-minute minor,
okay,
at least.
Right.
That's what they're trying to figure out right now. Of course, game misconducts and potentially multiple game misconducts could have an effect on standing in the league, whether they could be subjected to any supplemental discipline as
right.
a result of this. We haven't gotten any indication from the referee yet. It looks like they're going to talk to the timekeepers. Whatever the decision is, it appears that they've concluded.
I think the only thing that they could really check on is if, like what our replay just showed, they'd have to check, they'd have to ask for our replays, and then the only thing they could do is say if Fletcher...
Yeah, and the linesman is opening the door to the penalty box, so Colton Fletcher getting tossed with under a minute to go.
Now this one I'm not exactly sure. Obviously he's, with 46.9 seconds left, he was going to be out of this game for the rest of it regardless, but now we have to see if there's any, further...
And Travis Broman with a little bit of celebration theatrics walking over to the penalty box.
I think they already
jamming
know
out to the same music that the crowd is.
I mean, when you call it final countdown, this is pretty much the final countdown. Obviously 7-2 with 47 seconds left. But yeah, that was a tough penalty right there as Fletcher goes to the back. 5-minute major and the game misconduct.
It's a contact to the head
like
as the penalty.
Like I said, that shoulder just went right in to number 18, Roy there. Luckily, he's still up and at least okay for the eyes right now. But the 5-on-4 for the next 20 seconds of the game, unless Morrisville can score, that one won't help them as DeVito's pass goes out, and Connolly has it stolen away from him now. Emerson able to send it down. Behind net is DeVito. And there are the chances. I believe that we have one, and with 4 seconds left, great defensive play by Carter Allen to knock it away, and that is how this game will end, as Oswego ties their highest goal scored in the game with 7 tonight, beating Morrisville both times, a nail-biter game 2-1 on Friday, and an absolute blowout 7-2 on Saturday.
A little bit of a damper there at the end for Colton Fletcher and the Oswego State Lakers. We'll have to see if anything from the league comes from this. Certainly Gosick himself might choose to take some action, but an all-around a great performance by the Oswego State Lakers. They were a little bit slow at the end of that first period, but they picked it up after that and began to run up the score like we're accustomed to seeing Oswego do with a lot of teams in the SUNYAC Conference.
And like you said, Fletcher, very tough if he does get anything from D3. Luckily, Colton Fletcher has normally only played as an extra skater. So there really isn't, it's not like he's a player that, I don't want to say is expendable, but definitely not a player that is the worst to lose if you do lose him for a game. You hopefully have Canberry coming back. You maybe, want to put in Brunt. Kirkby's another one you can use in the extra skater. So if you don't have, if you're not able to have Colton Fletcher in that next game, then, at least you do have other players that can come in and fill the void.
And then Fletcher himself, you take a look at the class standings, he's only a freshman. This is his first year here on Lake Ontario, so he'll have multiple chances and a long time, years, to make his mark on the Oswego State Lakers team.
100%. Now just looking, I saw our man Michael Belak helping us with a lot of different stuff, including printouts, different name and pronunciation guides and everything, just talking to Solo. Solo really didn't do too much in only his second game with Oswego. But, did you see anything really from Solo, the new player tonight?
It's going to be growing pains for Solo. He just joined the team this week, as far as we know. So he still has a lot to learn about the way that the Oswego State Lakers play, as we're going to be hearing the 3 stars of the game. Tyler Curry gets credited with the 3rd star, and the 2nd star is coming, but I'd have to believe that the 1st star is Anthony Pissarro, and Molinaro gets 2nd star.
Molinaro, definitely agree with that one, and as you said, Pissarro, the junior, he is the one to come in there and get that one. So, Curry was the 3rd one, right? An entire Ontario Stars tonight.
Now, Tyler Curry, we've been talking a lot about him this season. He's one of those players that is extremely strong on the puck and just finds himself in the dirty areas. He's a grinder, he knows what to do with the puck, and he's very strong on it too.
So let's look at the 2 goals by Morrisville. Obviously only 1 yesterday, 2 today, looked a little bit better, but one of those goals was on the power play by your player to watch, DeVito.
Yeah, again, taking a look at it, the Morrisville goals from today. Nick DeVito gets the puck over by the right point. Multiple players in front, including Tyler Curry, it looks like, sliding across, which inadvertently blocks Richey's vision. 3 players in front. He had no chance for that as DeVito pops the water bottle off of Richey's net.
And now Hefner was the other scorer in that one. Really just not an expected goal at all from the defenseman there. Senior defenseman obviously playing a lot of time on the ice. But yeah, you really didn't expect Hefner to score in that one. Just kind of moved in and got a chance.
But the pass was even better. Ian Wood with the dish behind the net. He goes bar down and a beautiful goal.
All right, so let's start off with all 7 of the goals. I have to get out my official goals. So starting off with the first one, just a minute and a half in, was the goal by Michael Gillespie.
Gillespie gets the goal, and we've seen him make this play before earlier in the season. He gets the puck off of a pass from Pissarro as he's streaking in from the right wing, low slot, just sends it right in past Johnson. A very easy goal for him.
And just worked out very well. Now moving in here was the shorthanded goal by Zyzik as it was first stolen and moved in by LeBlanc, left it right on the blue line and then scored. The third goal now, that one just rolls in, that was Anthony Pissarro's goal. Now that one, another one was Jody Sullivan, as we said, couldn't tell if it was through the 5-hole or just beat him glove side. Now moved in here. Fifth one there for Oswego was Joseph Molinaro. Nice move. Last two, go for it.
This is the prettiest goal. Mitch Emerson, I love goals like that. Moving in on goal, a sweet, subtle little move to get it past Johnson, and probably one of the best breakaways I've seen from Mitch Emerson. And then the final goal from Pissarro here. The puck loose out in front, a broken play that Pissarro finds the puck, he gets some space, and you take a look at those goal scorers. You see six different players hitting the board tonight. Pissarro getting multiple goals and multiple players getting multiple points. That's what you want to see. You want to see depth on a team, and looking at that list, clearly this team is deep.
And Pissarro also an assist in that as well, so racking up a few points on that side. Let's talk about the different styles in play. First off, between last night and this night. Last night we saw, Oswego really couldn't get too much going in on offense. Tonight, absolutely amazing on offense.
Quite frankly, yesterday, Oswego didn't look ready to play. They were behind the play during the first and second period, and it was only in that third period where they were able to take control of the game. And just aggressive today was what helped out Oswego. They wanted to get out. They had 120 minutes, and in the latter 40 minutes, they wanted to get that aggression out. Penalty minutes running high. 2 game misconducts over the course of these 2 games here. These 2 teams, for some reason, just get really physical. It's certain teams that battle with each other. One of the things that Morrisville said when they were coming in here is that they rise up to the level of these perennial teams that they have to play, being in a strong conference like the SUNYAC. And we're seeing how they use their size and their strength to potentially bring it to these top-ranked teams.
It works out very well for them, and just the way that they're playing, the aggressiveness obviously looks really well. Do you want to see more of this aggressiveness throughout the year? I think it fared well for them.
Well, Oswego is a physical team. They've shown that they are willing to throw the body, even with the smaller size of the team that we've seen in years past, when you had guys like Trent DeRocher and Chris Waterstreet both standing at 6 feet 5 inches tall and over 200 pounds. So the size on this team is fell, but they're just as gritty. They're willing to get in the dirty areas. They're willing to play along the boards, force scrums, hold players there, and be rough with it. But they're also very skillful as well. We've seen the many moves that these players have.
Yeah, no, I was very surprised with a few of the players, like a Fletcher, like a Thomas Horn, even Carter Allen. I knew that he was a styled defenseman, and he's mostly a skilled defenseman, but he was getting in, and like I said, he laid about 3 hits that I just really didn't expect him to hit. But it's great to see this team playing connected, winning now, and really just finding ways to win. But that is going to wrap it up for us here, Brandon Ash, Patrick Machado on WTOP 10. Make sure that you guys tune in next week at 6:45 as we will bring you Fredonia versus Oswego at the Campus Center, and then the next day we will bring you Buffalo State versus Oswego. But thank you, and a 7-2 Morrisville goes down against the Oswego State Lakers.